justice system. The people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders.
That's assault, that's assault, break that, pop that chair, that's assault, that's assault, break that, pop that chair here. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault, that's assault, it is, you cannot touch me like that. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Break that, these people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault, that's assault. We have video of her just touching. How did that child? I will. Excuse me. Excuse me. Break that. That's assault. You cannot touch me like that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. That's break that. Break that. Oh, I will be telling you. Break that. Break that. That's assault. Stop that. That's assault. That's assault. Stop that. Break that. That's assault. Stop that chair here. We have video of her just. These people are going to eject you from this line. How did that child? I will be assault. It is incredibly appropriate. I will. You cannot touch me like that. That's assault. Break that. Stop that chair here. You cannot touch me like that. It is incredible. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Stop that chair. Stop that chair. Stop that chair. These people. These people are going to eject you from this line. Break that. That's break that. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Break that. Oh, I will. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Stop that chair. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Break that. Stop that chair. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. It is. You cannot touch me like that. Oh, I will tell you exactly what happened. Break that. Break that. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. We have video of her just touching. How did that child? I will be. Excuse me. Excuse me. Break that. That's assault. Stop that chair. You cannot touch me like that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. Break that. That's break that. Break that. Oh, I will be telling you. Break that. Break that. That's assault. Stop that. That's assault. That's assault. Stop that. Break that. That's assault. Stop that chair here. We have video of her just. These people are going to eject you from this line. How did that child? I will be assault. It is incredibly appropriate. I will. You cannot touch me like that. That's assault. Break that. Stop that chair here. You cannot touch me like that. It is incredible. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Stop that chair. Stop that chair. Stop that chair. These people are. These people are going to eject you from this line. Break that. That's break that. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Break that. Oh, I will. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Stop that chair here. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. 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 Oh, I will. That's assault. 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 That's assault.
What's going on? I don't see anyone.
They're going to get me.
Who's going to come get you? What the hell, guys? Can you do something?
I need whatever drugs he's on, man.
He's not on drugs, Mark.
You didn't hire me.
Robert, I'll see you next time.
No!
I'll help you $10.
I'm not giving you money, all right? I am getting back to work. You should get a job. You should get some clothes. You're a horse. And fuck you, Greg. And I'm taking this picture. It's so beautiful.
Please.
Stop it. I don't think you should be hanging out with these guys. No offense. Go back to your wife. All right.
I can't.
That's right. I got money.
All right.
I got a house. I live right here.
And put on some clothes. All right. Marcus, what the hell are you doing here under this bridge hanging out with these homeless people?
Robert, I am blind.
You're blind? Maybe it's because it's dark outside?
There's been an incident.
Oh, okay.
Oh, ho, oh, baby, oh, no.
Oh, okay. What's up?
I legally can't go back to Michigan, Robert.
What the hell happened in Michigan? This guy's scared.
Hold up. This is Samosit. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. There is a video with a room full of Marcuses. Can you send me that in my email? Also, Miss Jess. Wait. So, okay. So who in space is you talking about Barstool like out and about? Because they've been all over it. Or is it who's the other guy with the shaved head and the ears? Oh, he's in the other room. Who's the guy with the shaved head and the ears on Barstool Sports? That's really like he looks like Vladimir Putin. He was in the sports games. You knew right away. Kirk Manahan, yeah. Kirk Menahan. He does look like deflated Vladimir Putin. He's the guy who raised hell about Birchmore, so good for him. But like, who was talking about it? What were they saying? The Grant situation. Barstool Grant. The reason for the whole song. Yeah, good point, Miss Jessica. I forget about that sometimes. I know that's horrible. Yeah, TGS, the Grant situation. Can we call him the Grant situation like forever? And can I also make a meme of Grant's head on the situation's body? I thought there must be a new one because he's a disaster. Did he attack you, Miss Jessica, or the other? You talking about Machado? Because I wouldn't put it past him to have that. To have that sort of reaction to all women he comes in contact with that aren't his mom. Oh, you mean, Kyle, the producer for Kirk. Yeah, Kirk Menahan is, he was all over Birchmore. Please tag me. I would love that. I'm very interested. Miss Jessica with her profile picture. Hey, girl, is that new? You look lovely. Everybody looks lovely today. Every time I know it's Mia because the Calvin and Hobbes, and I appreciate. I really love that. I really love that cartoon is named after philosophers. Hello. Hey, cuz, says C. Smith. Hello, C. Smith. Vermont Bread Smith. Hello. How is Vermont? How is the bread? No, they weren't attacking anyone, just laughing at how good. I'm glad they were ripping on Grant. We should send him the song, MC Lunchbox's song. Which, by the way, I'm gonna put MC Lunchbox stickers and cassettes up in the SnoopyDupa store today. So those will be up for anybody who wants one of those cassettes and some stickers. And I will make sure to link it below the video. Grant is absolutely ridiculous. He's ridiculous. He's out of his fucking mind, and we love it. I mean, I really don't hate it because he gives such good fodder, you know? Sometimes there are people that are just awful people, but they make such good, like, you can make so many fun things out of them, you know? Like, especially lo-fi and, like, you know, little clips, stuff like little bitty clips, things like that, little skit. It's trash day. Go get your trash. Actually, it's trash day because you're hearing I'm trash. You guys, welcome. Welcome to the garbage can. We're going to watch some Marcus. This is Marcus bumming out. I really enjoy that he talks a lot about his eyesight, not like being totally blind, which makes sense because he's a worm, it turns out, even though he looks like a penis or a shrimp with long legs. But that's pretty cool. Good morning. Good morning. We're going to watch some of these clips to get us fluffered and buffered for the trial today. May as well check out where we left off, which we haven't even watched yet because we had to split Yuri Bukhenik, aka Bukaki, into a 3-parter because he is so fucking Eastern Bloc and so very slow. He's a literal Eastern Blockhead that it's taking us fucking forever. You can't, it's trying to bleed a fucking rock, dude. Trying to get fluffed, C. Smith? We'll fluff you. We'll let you Yuri Bukhenik buff you. I did too much of the mocking of the accent last time, and even I got annoyed. I was like, God damn, how long can I do this? It sounds like Borat. But I channel my did. So how'd you guys fare on Mother's Day? Everything go all right? You guys go okay? Everybody go good? Everybody do good? We discovered a game. Dylan discovered a game. He's been wanting it for a while. I guess by discovered, I mean played. What's it called? Balatro. Balatro. It is supposedly, what did they say? The new solitaire, if you will. It's a free game. It's on PS4 right now. And I guess PS5, right? It's just in the Xbox store or some shit. It's on everything. You can get it Apple or iOS. Say, what was it again? Balatro. And everybody's been talking about it on the internet. Like, on the internet? You guys fucking heard of it? No big deal. People have been talking about it on Reddit saying, and I did fact check you, babe, and they have. People are saying, rave reviews. They're like, hey, you want the fidget sprinter for your fucking computer? You want something? Do you want the next best thing since whittling? Check this shit out. And it is literally just, it's poker, but you keep the cards you don't use for the next hand. And there's all these, it's also like Flux, if you ever played that. There's all these terms and conditions. So if you get like a joker, it'll say something like, you get extra shit for this, minus it becomes a riddle. And I guess you don't have to be logged in to do it. And how long have you been playing this game? And I've been watching Fascinated at this point. 8 hours, I think. It's been about 8 hours. He is going into a full work. You have completed a full work shift and you are working on a double. He worked a triple at work or some shit. A double triple the other day. So he's rewarding himself on his day off playing. What's it called? Bukaki? Balthazar? He's playing Balthazario. Whatever the fuck this game. Bald Tondo. I already forgot it. Bald Raymundo. That's the name of the game. It is so fucking fascinating. I can't stop. I'm looking right now. I can't even fucking focus. Huh? Yeah, it's so good. It is the bit. They said it's so addictive, and I'm like, impossible. This is probably, I am more entranced than when I was at the poker table at Vegas, because it's not just, there's some element of getting to keep your, I'm not even on screen. What am I doing? There's some sort of weird fundamental element of poker that you're going to lose it all when you're done. Not just your money, but like, Balthazar is also a size for a very large bottle of champagne. Is that true? I need to find the assault video link, Miss Jess. If you go on Twitter right now, fuck my life. Fuck me. Get the fuck out of here. Go to Twitter right now and look up Jess Machado, Grant Smith Ellis. Just type that into the search bar and then go to media. And that's like the first thing that pops up. Watch the whole one though, because there's one that's, and then come back and report back to me. Because watching that video with a fresh set of eyes after having experienced the song, time has gone by, and you saw it a while back. It's like watching a Liar Liar or Home Alone or Flubber again. It's like, oh, I forgot how crazy this was. Really good breakfast spot in Manhattan. Balthazar? Baltondo? Actually, what is it called? This is the last time I'll ask because I'm interested again. He's in it. He can't be bothered. I can't even remember. You could go back and see the name of it. This is such a crazy game. It's so fun. And I haven't even been playing it. I actually did all the dishes because I couldn't stop watching this fucking card game. Like, I've been just constantly watching. I have not played it. I'm just watching and I'm enjoying it. I can't imagine the thrill ride he's having. Hello, Thomas Berry. Hello from Tennessee. Hello, Tennessee. How's Tennessee? How's the weather? Is it hot as balls there? How's the weather where all of you are from? Anybody in the chat, tell me where you're from and how the weather is. It's hot as fuck here. It's cold right now, but it's supposed to get hot as fuck in the day, and it was hot all day yesterday. It's doing the thing where you need a sweater in the morning and then you're sweating in the evening, and I'm pissed. Texas is rough. So, what we're going to do today, we're going to watch some Marcus. I'm going to show you guys. And for those of you who are new here, I apologize for Marcus. I don't know. I couldn't possibly explain the context. He is a VR worm that looks like a penis, that is a drug addict with felonies, that we follow around through any possible clips we can find. And he says very threatening things, and we find him very funny. We're going to watch VR Worm Man do his thing. We're going to watch a couple skits, get fluffed and buffed. You're going to see some old VHS, like found footage again. And then I have a couple of weird videos for you. First of all, here's on the docket today. 60 years after a woman went missing, she's found. She's alive. And she doesn't give a fuck. She wants nothing to do with anyone. She's like, yeah, I'm alive. Fuck off. 60 years she's been on Namus, the Doe Network. Fucking people make eccentric YouTube videos about her going, where is she? She's found after 60 years, and she's just like, yeah, fuck off. Don't tell my family to fuck off. You guys fuck off. Yeah, I'm fine. Fuck off. 60 years. Cold case solved. She can't be bothered with the rest of the world. She's like, no, I did that shit on purpose. Oh, okay. So there's that. We're also going to see a situation where a man handles a squatter in a way I've never seen before. A news clip that's pretty new, and it made me laugh pretty hard. There's nothing like insanely funny about it. It's just the thought of like, oh, that's an idea. Let's just say it's kind of like a stalking your stalker situation. Then found this weird video. I thought that maybe you guys, I don't want to say you like it, but it might tickle your pickle. It might make you go, oh, that's fucking wild. Might pique someone's interest. It might be something fun to tell a coworker to freak them out so they get away from you. I don't know. But I didn't know about this. We watched a movie the other day, actually, about an old game show. What was the game show? Press Your Luck. They made a movie about it. And the guy from, I don't want to keep asking him for references. I have a shit brain right now. The bomber movie. The Olympic bombing movie that came out. What? Paul Walterhauser. What a great name. He stars in this remake adaptation of this true story about Press Your Luck. It was a game show where this guy memorized patterns. And I know you kids are into that. You guys fucking love patterns. So do I. He noticed a pattern. He picked it up, and he's not really cheating to memorize a pattern. And they dubbed him America's Luckiest Man because he starts winning and winning and winning. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but it was incredible. And when we saw it was based on a true story, Dylan automatically looks it up, and we find the actual footage of him on the show and what happened compared to the movie. Kind of like the dating game, Rodney Alcala, and how they just made the new one with tiny little munchkin face. Kind of like that. So you could compare the two. And it was just so spot on. It was very close. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. I wonder if there's other stuff like that. I know I've seen shit like that before where it's like they made a movie about it. It was long ago. I've never heard of this. Wow, it's exactly like the reenactment footage is exactly like it. One of those things. Turns out there was a guy who I'd heard this story before, but I didn't really believe it. I don't know why. I was just like, that's insane. But Bud Dwyer, if you guys know about that guy, he went on TV and killed himself. And everyone's like, yeah, there's footage of a guy doing that on TV. He's a politician. He just comes out and then he does that. And everybody was like, oh. So it turns out there's a situation where a news anchor got kidnapped live on air. And I was like, what? Like held hostage, I guess. Not kidnapped and held hostage live on air, or however you want to say it. So I was like, I wonder if this video exists. And I looked for it. Literally, a video was put on YouTube a few days ago. And I'm like, yes. So I decided to hold it, wait for you guys, and let's watch it together. Because it's gorgeous in Rehoboth. Is it Rehoboth? Or Rehoboth? Or Rehoboth? We'll figure it out. Rehobothan? Hoboken. All right. I need to just play Marcus. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Ease into Marcus. So we're going to do all that, and then we're going to watch The Fast and the Yuriyest Part 3, Yuriy Bukhenik, who cannot pronounce the word colloquialism. It's raining cats. Cat tracking. Have you been tracking cats, Thomas? Tom's out here cat tracking. That was so weird. What was that from? That was from the testimony the other day, right? Like he was talking about the snow, the weatherman, like you would track a cat. I picture Prince Charles chasing his niece, but that guy chasing a fucking feral cat. Speaking of feral, you're all feral as fuck. And I appreciate that. I really do. And glad to have you guys here, geoengineered and rainy all day. Raining day 3. I wish it would rain here. Picking up Hugin poop. Good for you. It's DMT. It doesn't count. You're right. It doesn't. Mass, it's not terrible outside today. Good morning from Alamo City. Can we squirm to State Farm? Absolutely. And to State Farm. Squirm to State Farm is very funny. What the fuck? Hi, Amy. You're in the 210. Is it hot out there? It is hot here. Wow, says C. Smith. The 60 years? That's crazy, right? That's absolutely crazy. Okay, got to squirm to State Farm. AJ is going to light something on fire. Excellent, excellent. Also, mods, to all my mods, I just want to remind you, here's what we're going to do. We're going to, because I'm in the mood to fight. Okay, like we did the other day with Cooter. I still want Cooter to come back. And I see there's a lot of wars going on Twitter. I don't understand them. Okay, but I'm trying to learn. Everybody's fighting. People are getting doxxed again. People are saying Giardia. I don't know. I can't find it. I am trying to figure out all the storylines going on. Okay. And then there's also drama in a separate true crime community on Reddit that I've been following. And that's difficult as fuck because that went off the rails. And it seems our own Discord has become a place where you kids get feral as fuck and you sacrifice all of each other. So all I'm going to ask is, listen, let Dad cook while we're here live. Let Dad cook. A couple of people. Here's the thing. A few of you guys, you pass out on your computer because Dad talks too much or goes too late. And you accidentally fucking knock people off. And then some of you guys, I think, get a little wasted. And then fucking develop, like, I don't know, anger, hostility. And then you do that. And then some of you think someone's talking shit and they're not, or they are, and you delete them, which is fine. But here's the thing. I don't care any of those situations. How about this? Within your control, let's not kick anybody out today. I'll tell you if we're going to kick someone out because I really want to fight a troll. If a troll comes in, let Dad fuck with him. Let me talk some shit. Let me scare him. Let me spook him a little bit. You know what I mean? So, like, wrenches down, ladies. Satan, if you're out there, wrench down. The boys, wrenches down. We don't need wrenches right now. Just wait. Dad's feeling a little crazy. Dad wants to fight with the troll. So let's just keep him in here. Sometimes I get emails from you guys that are like, okay, listen, confession. My cat jumped on my computer and fucked all my shit up. And I'm like, God damn it. It's funny though. The woman, I don't think she knew. I don't know. I saw one news report about it. And then it was attached with some girl explaining it. It was way too long to put on here. So I went with the short one that I think is part of what she showed. And it will give us that information. But I basically pulled the clip that is not that lady's telling of it because it's from the news and I just want to see what they say. It seems to me like she's not going to be charged, but the news one that I pulled is newer. So maybe they added something on about it. Turbo. Good morning. It's so good to see you. I love you to death. I brought you up the other day. We were talking about Koberger. Thank you for that lovely list that you made on Twitter, by the way, of going over Dateline. I actually have not watched that yet. I'm not ready for Keith Morrison to betray us by giving the potential of reasonable doubt based on some bullshit author's thoughts and assumption. So I'm really putting it off. It's just war season. I know it's war season. Actually, I don't. Is it war season? Is it because summer has come? Summer come? Also, Sherlock, was it you who told me about the moon? First of all, how dare you, whoever did? But it is full. I think it was Melissa. Good morning, Nosy Rosie. Good morning. Fight, fight, fight. Says, C. Smith is the one who's like throwing dollars at people going, fight. Just kidding. Don't fight. No, but fight. Good morning. Good morning. Drooling all over my keyboard. I know. And that's my fault. You timed out Reggie during and yeah. You blame the X-ray apron. You did that. Somebody else got drunk and fell asleep on their keyboard. I need to pick up a substance abuse problem. Yeah, you do. Sherlock, can we get you? Are you allergic to bees? Have you ever done bees? You have to watch it. Uh-oh, is that a threat, Turbo? I hear everything in Marcus' voice now. You have to watch it, OP. It is? It's good? Good. The 48 hours episode, wasps. Get addicted to wasps. The apron did it. Melissa doesn't know about the moon. She doesn't? Okay, good. I like to keep her blind to the moon. Turbo threatened me. Mods. Leave her. Let her stay. I respect it. You have to watch out, OB. I think you spelled out wrong. You put it. I'm just fucking with you. Turbo, have you been here for Marcus? By the way, Turbo, everybody, Uncle Alex is off the fucking rails. Made some videos doing some sillies and conspiracy theorists took it the wrong way, and it is fucking. If you see it on Twitter, just be nice. Correct the record or just pretend you don't know him, because oh my god. No, wait, what? What about him? Hold up. Hey, what happened? What happened with Kyron Horman? I'm playing this and I'm Googling it. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna highlight that comment, Turbo, but yes, absolutely. Got a little twisted teen. Everybody just slowly back away into the bushes. You feel like fresh meat? What happened with? I respected you, Turbo. Grabbed both a shiv and a screwdriver. Yeah, you did. You're threatening me, and I appreciate it. But what happened with? I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna go look up Kyron Horman. Hold on, because I need to know. From Morgan, did this stepmom get fucked? I'm gonna hit play. We're gonna watch this. I'll be right back.
Because it's dark outside?
There's been an incident.
Oh, okay.
Oh, ho, oh, baby, oh, no.
Oh, okay. What's up?
I legally can't go back to Michigan, Robert.
What the hell happened in Michigan? This guy's scared.
I don't think the IRS is very happy with me.
Oh, okay.
Me too, brother.
Yeah.
I'm no longer blind.
You can see again? Okay. Well, that's great. It's a miracle.
Do you think they sell Q-tips around here?
In the middle of the desert?
I've been needing some.
I don't think so, Marcus. I don't think so. I sure hope you know where you're going.
They didn't have any at Walgreens.
Oh, so you found Walgreens? That's good. That makes me happy that you found Walgreens.
Yes.
You don't have ears. What do you need Q-tips for? It's a good point. I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. All right.
Get Energized, an innovative Russian-American method of physical and mental fitness.
Good morning. My name is Pavel. What is more important?
By the way, this is Yuriy Bukhenik's his uncle. This is his uncle doing the early morning squirms. I can't do it right now. I'm stuck in Kyron Horman land. Hold on. There's a lot in that day. Yeah, but some of it. There was, I fully believe he's fucking guilty, but I do believe that they delved into some odd territory that I'm like, yikes. But some of it, I was like, oh, fuck. Like I saw snippets. I want to see it all together because I literally little snippets and the news reports on it. And then somebody broke down the whole thing on Reddit. And I'm like, fuck, I want to just watch it, but I just haven't had time. Okay. I'm pulling up. There is a Kyron news story. I'm going to add it in. We'll watch it in a second. I want to know more about these digitized records. I will shit my ass, because that is one of those interesting cases that I've been pretty fucking obsessed with, because I was in Seattle when that little kiddo went missing and it was all over the news. And yeah, it just every day, and that and the Barefoot Bandit. Yeah, and no one's talking about it. Yeah, because it's been so long and people should be talking about it, because that fucking stepmom and her friend got pulled into court because she later claimed she knew more than she was saying. And I need those records unsealed because I need to see what she said. Because yeah, they need probable cause. I feel like the problem is there's like a kid and a teacher, I believe, who still to this day, yeah, Dee Dee, that's the one. That's her. That is her. That's the one. And they were supposed to subpoena her, and I think they did, and they got her to do an affidavit or something. Not an affidavit, what's it called? A deposition. It's just so fucked. And doesn't she want I have a feeling that she wants like a reward in addition to promise of oh fuck, why can't I think of the word? Immunity. I think she knows more than she's letting on, though. And unfortunately, I don't know that he's coming home, because that fucking lady is crazy. She tried to hire someone to kill her first husband, then did it again. She just walks up to the gardener. Yo, you want to kill a dude? You want a couple bucks, my treat? You kill that guy? She's fucking nuts. Good morning, Megan. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's get energized with Yuriy Bukhenik, and I'll go pull that Kyron Horman stuff. Let's see if there's anything caught up. I bet the news in Seattle and Portland is fucking crazy all over this, because that case has needed to be open for a long time. That kid is so adorable too. Oh my God. And also, didn't Kieran's mom and dad get back together again and then break up again? Oh, heartbreaking. Okay. I'm gonna take this down and look. Yeah, of course she fucking does. Of course she fucking does. I don't trust her ass. I don't trust her ass at all. When I saw that Dr. Phil with the fake tears, I was like, bitch. Terry. I don't trust any of these Terrys. Terry Hobbs, Terry Horman, Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan. I don't fucking trust any fucking Terrys. Here we go. Get energized.
Energized, an innovative Russian-American method of physical and mental fitness.
Good morning. My name is Pavel. What is more important than being healthy? It costs too much to be sick and old. I'm 60, excellent health, full of energy, because I use my unique physical and mental fitness program called Get Energized. Do self-massage face, head, lose your fingers, and do punch your head a little lightly. Now rotate hips in one direction, other direction. Now do swimming. Deeply inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now do skiing. When you use jump rope, you shake up your internal organs. You feel more lighter, more energy. It's keep me alive. Inhale deeply, lose your muscles. Have a good day.
Hi, I'm Tom Cuthbertson. You may know me from my books, Anybody's Bike Book and Bike Tripping. I really love bikes. Pedal, squeak, squeak, squeak. Now that we've flattened out the blip with the vice grip, we can move on to straightening the wobble that comes with a blip. And the spoke wrench fits on the nipples. And when you...
By the way, this is David Yannetti in his early 20s. He's just fucking with you. I was like, who does he look similar to? Not even close. What? Alessi is 67? Wow. He kind of reminds me of Ralph Macchio. He's never gonna look his age. He's a young boy. In Japan, they call them young boys in wrestling. Turbo Uncloaked is laughing at me. First, she comes in threatening me. Then she laughs at me. Wow, Turbo. Wow. What a bitch. I'm just kidding. I found a Kyron thing and I added it to this. Actually, let's stop the screen. Oh, who's that? Just the one I'm putting in a cage later. What's up, baby Brian? Okay. So I am going to just reload this real quick so that it shows up on my playlist. And then we'll get back to Bike Guy. And actually, yeah, we'll finish. Well, we can finish that. I've got how to bike. Yeah, this is how to bike in short shorts. Okay. So for those of you who plan on biking, in teeny tiny little shorts, this guy's going to show you how to do that. All right. Cause there's a trick to it so that your balls don't fall out, ladies. All right. Let's watch. He's going to show us. Actually, let me pull Kyron up here because I want that to be shattered if your kid's on drugs. I don't think you guys need to see that. We actually need to get you guys on drugs. That's the goal. Like, if my kid's on drugs, then I did a good job as a parent, is what it should be called. Okay, here we go. Cuthbertson. So, just a warning out here. Trigger warning. Your pussies will explode from this video. All right. You are going to slide out of your chairs. And for that, I do not apologize.
Hi, I'm Tom Cuthbertson. You may know me from my books,
Yuriy
Anybody's
Bukhenik
Bike
songs.
Book and Bike Tripping. I really love bikes. Pedal, squeak, squeak, squeak. Now that we've flattened out the blip with the vice grip, we can move on to straightening the wobble that comes with a blip. And the spoke wrench fits on the nipples. And when you get the spoke wrench on the...
Did he check those nipples? Did he check their nipples? Did he check his bitch for brucellosis? You tell me.
Nipples, you either tighten it or loosen it and then just leave it. Now you have to wait for a minute or two. And actually, some people wait 5, 6, 7 minutes just to make sure. If you've learned how to make your bike work its best, then you can have as much fun as I'm having on bike rides right now.
It is. I only bike in emergencies. But I got to get a bike, so then that becomes an emergency. But I see what you mean. I thought they do too. Or because they're cops. I thought that there was a sheet of stickers in there. I actually have some new designs I was going to put in there. So I'll do that as a pay for you today. I plan on making some content for you guys. I don't think, what do I call this shit? Content. Some content for you guys, like shorts and stuff. Some goofy little funny little silly vids that I'm going to pop up. Probably today, maybe by tomorrow. And then I'm going to put some new merch. I'm going to take out a bunch of old merch and I'm going to kind of thin it out so that there's not a shit ton of older shit. But I do plan on putting, let's just say there's something that it's for you guys. I think you're going to like it. Let's just say you all contributed to it. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm Jane Alexander, welcoming you to Gone Birding, the video adventure in bird identification.
And this is because you're all big fucking birds, and it's Big Fucking Bird Day. Because it's court.
While you're playing, British birder and TV star Bill Oddie and renowned bird tour leader Peter Alden will introduce you to a lighthearted view of birders and birding. You will be equally challenged by the Gone Birding Big Day competition, which begins after Game 10. Trying to identify all the species in the competition can be great fun. And now let's learn how to play Gone Birding. All players watch the same video trips together, but write their identifications on their own video trip field notes. Let's take a look at a sample video trip. If you recognize this bird...
You guys are bringing up all the cases I'm super into. Yes. I lived behind her at the time. I remember when they found her. me and my roommate, I worked at a restaurant. I brought it up a lot. It's delicious, but that was the most dangerous place I've ever worked. But I remember we came home and she used to drink these they weren't wine cool, I think Smirnoff Twists. Her and her girlfriend, who was her boss, were over. And I specifically want to say that was Emily's boss, because if she ever watches this one day, to shame her, I'd be trying to move up in the company, and it was a small coffee shop. I will never forget that day because it was late at night and she would drink these Smirnoff Ices on the porch, and her girlfriend would get home from work a little after her because they had to stagger it so people didn't know they were dating. And I remember that she had just walked up and we were both standing out there and I was smoking and she was having her Smirnoff Twist or whatever the fuck it was. And I remember we heard screams and yelling. And I was like, what the fuck was that? And yeah, I remember a few days before that, we called the police because we heard gunshots and they said it was probably fireworks or something, because all the frat kids and the UT cheerleaders and some of the football players lived literally in our yard. We had a house and we were the house out back. And yeah, they would get wild as fuck. They would just blow shit up. And I just remember thinking I don't know, because I grew up in the country. I can recognize a gunshot. And I guess that was what was going on, was when they put her in the trunk, because the days lined up. And I was like, holy fuck. But yeah, I guess they drove around and they didn't find anything. We never got a call back, but nothing, I don't know. But I remember the dad or the mom on TV saying they found her and being like, oh, that must have been what we heard earlier. That was crazy. And that chick who helped him, she was in my buddy Michael's law class. He used to try to bang her. Yeah. Yeah, I know the Jennifer Gay murder. That shit was crazy. God, that was fucked up. Is that motherfucker? It's not Colton Petoniak, is it? That would be wild if I remember his name. Is it Colton Petoniak? Was that the kid in Seattle? Was that the Barefoot Bandit? I can't remember his name right now. The guy who was with her. Fucking psycho, dude. Total psycho. Ugh, I hope they'd never get out. I hope he never gets out of jail. I think the girl, Laura Hall? Yeah, Laura Hall. Oh my God, I remember her name. Did she get out on? I think she got out. That's a Carla Homolka ass bitch. That shit's crazy. Also, hello, PETA. Hello, PETA. It's 7:08. Yeah, it's 6:08 dead time. I need stickers for your laptop like Grant. Oh, shit. Done. It's going to happen. That gives me another idea. Okay, back to birding.
Then write great horned owl. Experts playing with novices can be handicapped. For instance, in the example we just used, novices could write owl, while birders must write great horned owl, and experts must add the bird's genus, which is bubo. At any time during the round, players may use their rare bird alerts to divert opponents from their intended routes, like sending someone on a wild goose chase. After 6 video trips, the game is over, and the player with the highest number of species on his or her trip list is the winner. Now let's go birding with Bill Oddie and Peter Alden as we play game number 1.
Welcome to Gone Birding, game number 1. Compare this color test to a hotspot card and adjust your television's color controls if necessary.
It's summer in the farm country of Missouri.
Okay, yeah. So it was Colton. Yeah. So it was her parents went over and he had cut her, or he tried to dismember her in the bathtub, and then they ended up putting her in the trunk and then accidentally shot her, according to the gun discharge, according to Laura. But I think that they just shot her to make sure she was dead. I can't remember if we heard 2 or 3 bullet shots, but I remember hearing, I remember that. And then I thought there was one far away. I feel like Emily said there was just 2, but yeah, I remember hearing that, calling the police. And what was weird is we had also heard gunshots I want to say a week or 2 after that. And they just said that also fireworks, and it's never on like a holiday, so it's like okay. But we would always hear bangs in West Campus, and then they would drive around. But yeah, literally from our back porch, you could see the apartment, the cops. There was a shitload of people out there with signs, holding up signs. Like, I don't know if it was a protest or what a few days after that. But yeah, that was fucking crazy. And what was even weirder is it was on the news, but I didn't even see it or hear about it for a while after. I didn't really understand like what was going on. But yeah, we'll talk about that one day. That one was really crazy and really sad. It was essentially a girl who was a law student at UT. I believe she was a law student. She was doing really well in school, and I know that she had worked for like a lawyer or something, and she had a guy she was dating who was addicted to meth, but he was dating another girl who was like batshit fucking crazy and obsessed with him, and they were all on meth. And but the girl that was dating him, the victim, Jennifer Cave, I believe she was actually, I think she was sober. She would just like drink with him, and he would get really like abusive and do a lot of drugs. And I don't even know that she was doing it so much as I know that her grades or something happened. She either didn't show up to school or she was slipping at work. Something was going on, and they called and said, I guess she didn't show up for work, and yeah, something happened, and her parents got suspicious. And I know that I heard a dude yelling, and I remember hearing on the Dateline years later, like the dad saying like, and I broke into the window, and he was talking about how the things he was yelling, and that sent shivers down my spine, because I was like, that's what we fucking heard. Because whatever he said, I remember being like, oh my God. Like, that was crazy, because I'm like, that's exactly what I heard. But it was something like, no, don't go in there or something. I don't know. But that just like finding out what that was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, 10 years. They doubled her. But then I think she got out early on good behavior or some shit. Something happened. She got out a little early. Oh, so fucked up. No, but I would love to see it. The residents.
Phew, what a day. I'm going to have to take another look at several of those birds.
You know what? You just reminded me, Laura Hall. You know who she reminds me of? Cartman, when he is on Jenny Jones or Jerry Springer, when he's like, you don't know me. You don't know me. And he's like, you don't know what I've been through. That's Laura Hall, 100%. She was a kid. She was one of the troubled teens from Ricky Lake that would be like, I told my mom she's a bitch. And it's like, girl, shut your ass up. That's Laura Hall. She talks just like that. Lots of neck movement. Oh, she was so crazy.
And you can too. We'd love to know what you think about the Gone Birding VCR game. We enjoyed making it. We hope you enjoyed playing it. And now I'm off to bird the rambles here in Central Park. I'm Jane Alexander, saying goodbye and good birding.
It's been nearly 15 years since 7-year-old Kyron Horman went missing from a Portland elementary school. It's a story that captivated people nationwide and still is without resolution.
Well, today we're hearing new commitments from law enforcement and prosecutors to solve.
By the way, that last video is what made Karen Reed fall in love with Brian Higgins. And also, I apologize for putting the Kyron Horman report right after it. That's just, I'm just a piece of shit. I fucked up. That is so inappropriate, but here we are.
This case, Fox 12 investigative reporter Ezra Kaplan joins us with an update.
This is a case that has cast a long shadow over Oregon. For Kyron Horman's family, it's been a decade and a half of waiting, hoping for answers. Kyron Horman's mother, Desiree Young, has never given up the search for her son.
It's been a passion of mine to do as much as I can to keep this case moving forward and to help law enforcement so that we can get some answers and find out what happened on June 4th.
That was
also, can I just say, this woman has been through fucking hell. I don't think it's inappropriate to say she looks fantastic today, just like in 2013. She is killing it in the skincare game. She is a super mom. She works. She runs all these fucking search efforts. She's constantly advocating for her kid. She fucking rules. She's basically a detective now, as far as I'm concerned. I absolutely love her. She's the best.
And on June 4th.
That was the day in 2010 when Kyron was reportedly last seen. His stepmother, Terry Horman, said she had dropped him off early at Skyline Elementary School for a science fair. But Kyron never arrived at class and was marked absent for the day. It was only when he didn't show up on the bus after school that his family realized that Kyron was missing. A massive search effort ensued involving 1,300 volunteers and law enforcement personnel. But no trace of Kyron was ever found. While the investigation focused on Terry.
And this nasty bitch is Terry.
Horman, due to inconsistencies in her story, nobody was ever charged and the case remained classified as open and ongoing. Now, District Attorney Nathan Vasquez is renewing his office's commitment to solving the case. My office has begun a thorough and methodical review of the case with fresh eyes. And while the Multnomah sheriff isn't commenting on the case, a spokesperson tells Fox 12 that they are working closely with partners to continue investigating and that they will continue to do so until Kyron is located. While District Attorney Vasquez says he isn't saying anything else publicly, he does say that he hopes to share further updates this fall. Of course, if there are any new developments in this case, we will bring them to you on air or online any time of the day. Reporting in studio, Ezra Kaplan, Fox 12 Oregon.
I just want to say thank you. If you guys ever hear any Terry Horman news, or really, I mean, Kyron Horman, sorry, Terry Horman's the step, or Terry Horman news. And it's also weird that she refused to change her last name for so long. That pissed me off. I found that very disrespectful. Like, if you're the suspect, don't keep the kid's last name as a step parent. Just don't do that. It's a bad look. And I'm just so glad that there's a lead. Yeah, don't trust any Terrys. Don't trust a Terry. This is the 62 years later, a woman is found. Yes, stepmom, in our opinion, allegedly, yes. She did try to pay people to kill ex-husbands, boyfriend. She's just nuts. She committed all sorts of different crimes. I think she's had a few abuse charges on her. Like, she abused someone. I don't, allegedly. You know, let's just say that. I think she did go to jail, though, for other shit, for that shit. Financial crime shit like that. Nothing ever happened like this to my twins at the hands of their alienator. He was so horrible. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Terry was just batshit crazy, dude. And the fact that, you know, oh, I was taking him to the science fair and trying to be a good mom, and you know, like, it's a school, people see you, bitch. Like, I just can't imagine. I can't imagine living with that, let alone doing that. And just that woman is, I saw that. If you're talking about the first presser from when it happened Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was very everybody says Chris Watts, but I was thinking more Diane Downs. Is that her name? Diane Downs? An aunt named Terry, and God rest her soul, but y'all. Aunt Terry, God rest. Hey, not Aunt Terry though. She didn't get arrested for the boy. No, she got arrested for other hood rat shit she did later. And like also trying to get people killed. She was like, hey, Gardner. She like walked up to people who were working in the yard, like, can you kill my husband? What a psycho, dude. Hello, Fuzzaloo. Hello. Auntie Yuri. Yeah, Diane Downs. Okay, good. Yeah, Terry was fucking wild. Your aunt? Aunt Terry? Hell yeah, dude. I do like the Terry in the wheelchair who's like, it's like, no, Terry, no. And the fireworks are exploding. That's fucking classic. Okay. This is the lady who was found after 62 years and she didn't want none of it.
Like, where do you even begin?
Just paper by paper.
Over Zoom, Sauk County Sheriff Detective Isaac Hansen explained Friday how in less than 2 months he solved the coldest of cold cases, tracking down this woman, Audrey Backberg. And they had not heard from her in 62 years.
Correct.
The woman from Reedsburg at the age of 20, vanishing in 1962. What was the key piece of evidence or information you were able to collect that kind of solved this case for you?
The sister actually had an Ancestry.com account, and I was able to use that. That was pretty key in locating death records, census reports, all kinds of data. And ultimately, we came up with an address. I called the local sheriff's department. I said, hey, there's this lady living at this address. You guys have somebody who can just go pop in. 10 minutes later, she called me and we talked for 45 minutes.
What'd she say in those 45 minutes?
I told Audrey that I would keep it private. She had her reasons for leaving, and we discussed a lot of things.
The Sauk County detective says an abusive husband may have played a role in Backberg's initial decision to leave, but we may never know what made her stay away for more than 6 decades.
I think she just was removed and, moved on from things and kind of did her own thing and led her life. She sounded happy, confident in her decision, no regrets.
And Hannah's with us from the newsroom tonight. Hannah, the big question, where is she now?
Well, Derek, we know she is not in the state of Wisconsin, but the detective would not disclose where he was able to find her. He didn't even tell her family. The Sauk County Sheriff's Office is right now trying to give their cold cases some fresh eyes, and this is the one Detective Hansen was assigned.
Hannah Hilliard reporting live from the newsroom.
Chicago man says he did the unthinkable.
Okay, this is the squatter. This is I guess spoiler. He moved in. He said, "Oh, you gonna squat? Me too. Hey, you gonna squat my tree? Me too." Yes, on Natalia.
He discovered alleged squatters in his property. He decided to move in with them. Marco Velasquez is the owner of this Southside property, which is on the market to be sold. He says his realtor came by with a potential buyer, but there was already people inside.
I couldn't believe it. It was like a nightmare.
Velasquez says a woman named Charmaine and her boyfriend Codero moved in, claiming they recently purchased the property. He says the couple showed police this mortgage document, but Cook County confirms they don't see this mortgage on record. Velasquez's realtor recorded this video as the couple explained to police they had a right to be there.
Y'all bogus right now. I listen, bro.
He says police told them under Illinois' current law, they couldn't remove anyone.
I said I'm not moving out, and
I'm confused because the paperwork said Michigan and they just said Illinois. So I guess Illinois, but the paperwork said Michigan. I'm confused.
said at the one point they gotta leave. They gotta get tired of us being in the property. I called a couple of friends, stay overnight, and I knew they were not gonna like that.
So you're telling me that you and your friends came in and moved in with them?
Yes.
Velasquez says he, his wife, and their friends got a few air mattresses and spent the night with the alleged squatters.
We stayed in the living room. We were watching all the time the door. They stayed in one of the bedrooms.
The next morning, he says he realized they were not budging.
They're like, oh, well, we want $8,000.
Velasquez says they negotiated. He had the couple sign a cash for key agreement, and he paid them $4,300 to leave.
We wouldn't want to give them money, but we heard, really bad stories about squatters taking over properties 6, 8, 10 months, even a year.
Velasquez says weeks later, a CPD detective called them, informing them that one of the alleged squatters is the same woman accused of squatting in Marcia and Carlton Lee's home after leaving his property. In the Lee's case, Charmaine Powell Gillard was arrested and charged with burglary, forgery, obstructing identification, and criminal residential trespassing. In the meantime, Velasquez says he's working with a detective, and he hopes action is taken in his case, too.
I heard stories before about squatters. I never thought it was going to happen to me.
The accused. So just want to give you guys a heads up. Yeah, squatters' rights, it's fucking real. So there's a couple of states. Obviously it's an issue in Illinois. I know Michigan for sure. California is one of them. I believe maybe even New York. There are hella stories of people who maintain. Oh, Florida is another big one. They will basically maintain that they own a place because they are able to squat in it. There have been stories of somebody who breaks into a home and literally breaks in, and it's on the market. And then when the realtor gets there, the locks are changed, and this person claims squatters' rights and they refuse to leave. In some cases, they will draw up fake deeds to trick people into signing it over. There are people who will squat, change the locks, refuse to leave, and it costs you thousands and thousands and years, thousands of dollars, years in court just to get them out. And then they destroy the home and make it unlivable. So you just have to tear it down. California is huge on that. There's also another similar scam where it's renters. So somebody will draw up a fake lease and they will put a place up for rent. They will get usually the lockbox code from a realtor friend, or they will, for some reason, have MLS access or whatever your state is using. That will allow them to get into the property. Once they get into the property, again, they will change the locks and then they will start renting it out to someone else, collect the rent, and then disappear. And so this happened to a friend of mine. She moved to California. Her and a couple of other Austin comics, they moved there. They get this apartment. It's like a townhome. Big townhome, beautiful. It was a lot of money, but they said, real estate is shit in LA. They wanted to be close to the Comedy Store. Fuck it. So they sign a lease and everything. They do it before they move. They do it over the phone, and it was from an ad on apartments.com. So they thought it was legit. Little did they know, private landlords can make ads. Realtors can make ads. So somebody basically spoofed the original ad, changed the name, put a realtor on it, and then accepted calls for it, and then would say looking for no deposit if you can sign immediately, or no deposit if you can sign immediately. And then anybody who contacted them from out of state, that's who they would focus on, or out of the city, because then it's like they would tell them, we have 15 people waiting, you got to sign it today. So there's not a chance that they're going to get there in time, and they'll just sign it. And then they'll say, okay, we'll accept this, that, or the other, Zelly or a check. We can direct deposit or direct take it out of your account. You need to pay first and last month's rent. So they paid $4 or $5 grand. What was crazy though, is they were told you can pick up the key under the mat when you get there, and they get there and the key's there. So it all looks legit. They move into their home. They put all their shit out. Probably 28 days into the month, it was almost a full month, the owners show up and they're like, what the fuck? Get out of my apartment. What are you doing here? And they're like, we live here. And they showed them the lease and they're like, that is not, no. No. This has been empty because we've been out of town and we were going to rent it, but we didn't. And now we want to move into it. It's our place. And my homies lost all their money and they had nowhere to live. They were literally out on their ass. And what's crazy is one of them was like, I looked it up and I could have done squatters' rights. I was like, no. But that real estate scam done upon people does cause people to, well, let's call the cops, and then they find out they can stay there, and then that inadvertently can lead to a squatters' rights situation, and that is fucking crazy to think. Like, what if that was you? What if you paid first and last month's rent, and you're 5 days in, 10 days in, 20 days in, and people show up with cops, and they're like, you can't be here, but you're like, no, I paid money, I'm staying here, you're trying to fuck me, get out of my house, and then they have to leave? Like, that's crazy, but it happens. Okay, continue.
Squatter Charmaine Powell Gillard said claims that she is a squatter are false and unfounded, and wrote, quote, innocent until proven guilty. We also reached out to her alleged boyfriend, Codero, but have not heard back. CPD did not confirm if they are currently investigating this new case, and no one has been arrested or charged in this case.
Kelly Lang.
So I told you guys earlier that we're going to watch this weird video of this. It's David Horowitz taken hostage on live TV in 1987. What? Here we go.
Fritz Coleman weather. Fred Rogan sports. Jess Marlowe cover story. And David Sheehan entertainment. Channel 4 News, Night Side, #1 at 11.
Good evening. It has been quite a day here at Channel 4, and tonight security is being beefed up at KNVC after a gunman walked into our news studio right here this afternoon and on live television at gunpoint ordered consumer reporter David Horowitz to read a message live on television. Nobody was hurt. That gunman is in police custody tonight. And Jess's cover story takes a look at what hundreds of thousands of shocked Channel 4 news viewers watched on television on the 4 o'clock news. Jess?
Kelly, the man who had been permitted to watch the broadcast in the studio had given no indication of his intent. He had been sitting quietly until David Horowitz was ready to begin broadcasting his consumer segment.
Because, you know, one of the nicest things about shopping by mail order. Pardon me? What is this? Let me see what it says. All right.
He's got a gun to his back.
All right, well, let me read this. Folks, we have someone on the set who's standing here and would like me to read this copy which was just handed to me. You want to tell me your name or not? What is it? And Gary, where are you from?
Psych, it's Grant Smith Ellis, everybody.
At that point, the control room was ordered to go to black, kill the studio mics, and put up a standby slide. But Horowitz continued to read, and the gunman kept the gun in his back.
I was warned in 1981 by someone with connections at the CIA to stay off the computers, that they didn't trust people on computers. When I began receiving disturbing calls from my parents, which led me to believe that something terrible was going on. I was then forced into a mental hospital in Tallahassee, where I learned that my brother-in-law had been driven insane in the same manner that someone was trying to do to me.
The gun was a precise replica, and police, who by then had entered the facilities, made plans to deal with the situation. But when the statement had been read, the gunman placed the gun on the desk, and anchorman John Beard grabbed it. Burbank police wrestled the man to the floor.
This is nuts, huh? I want to go back again because it really does look like Grant Smith Ellis, but also watch the guy grab the gun. And also, I do kind of appreciate how he's like, well, let me put my glasses on. And then this guy's like correcting him on the words. This is Grant Smith Ellis, and he's gotten a hold of AJ, and we need to be careful.
At that point, the control room was ordered to go to black, kill the studio mics, and put up a standby slide. But Horowitz continued to read, and the gunman kept the gun in his back.
I was warned in 1981 by someone with connections at the CIA to stay off the computers, that they didn't trust people on computers. When I began receiving disturbing calls from my parents, which led me to believe that something terrible was going on. I was then forced into a mental hospital in Tallahassee, where I learned that my brother-in-law had been driven insane in the same manner that someone was trying to do to me.
The gun was a precise replica, and police, who by then had entered the facilities, made plans to deal with the situation. But when the statement had been read, the gunman placed the gun on the desk, and anchorman...
Like, first of all, he points the gun at the woman. Do you guys notice that when he picks it up? Look at this. Watch him.
But when the statement had been read,
Grabs
the gunman placed the gun on the desk, and Anchorman John Beard
facing the woman directly at her crotch. The first thing I noticed is like, hey, don't do that. You're going to shoot her in the puss, dude. Second thing I noticed, Grants with Ellis. Third thing I noticed is this dude wants to get the fuck out of there. He's like, I touched a gun. I touched a gun. I touched a gun. He's rock hard now. He's so happy. He's proud of himself. This guy's kind of a hero. He's like, let me just move that for you real quick. Also, the desks are at their knees. That's a weird setup. I would not want to be knees up. And yes, the hair bitch.
and police, who by then had entered the facilities, made plans to deal with the situation. But when the statement had been read, the gunman placed the gun on the desk and anchorman John Beard grabbed it.
Rebbit, isn't that crazy? And did you see is that the producer? They're just like wrestling with. This is like when Bret the Hitman Hart got attacked by a fan at the Hall of Fame.
Burbank police wrestled the man to the floor. He has been identified as Gary Stolman, and he said he...
Is that what that song's about? Way Down Yonder? Is it in the Chattahoochee? They fucked it up. He was at Alan Jackson. The real Alan Jackson was actually talking about a mental hospital.
Never intended to harm anyone. Indeed, the gun proved a fake. But Stolman may still face a variety of charges. He is the son of pharmacist Max Stolman, a former member of the Channel 4 news team reporting on medicine and related issues. Max Stolman said,
for perspective, this is like if Dr. Oz's kid, his shitty kid, came in with a fake gun and was like, I need you to tell everyone about the CIA, okay?
I do have a sick son. He has...
You got it, Rebbit? Yes. What do you think? What do you think? Did Mia get hers? Mia, did you get your box? You should be getting your box, and that means Turd should be getting hers. Yes.
He's been hospitalized a number of times. I am thankful he was...
Oh, have a great dinner, Fuzzy. It's so crazy on the other side of the world. It's night time.
...killed. At a news conference this evening, Horowitz, who appeared to maintain his calm throughout the ordeal, acknowledged his fair share of anxiety.
And I've covered enough hostage situations, and I've been in Vietnam, and I know that when someone points a gun at you, you do what they tell you to do and hope that someone's going to save you.
I expected a cheap joke like, I've been in a couple of hostage situations. I've been married before. But no, he just straight up, he's like, he went right to Vietnam. That's how hardcore the news was back then. All these people were in Vietnam. They were all snipers. Good for them. Jackie, thank you so much. It's so nice of you to say Happy St. Patrick's Day. Oops, sorry, wrong. Girl. I like your profile picture, Jackie. Thank you very much. Bon appetit. I guess it is hairnet. Or Aquanet, I mean. Hairnet. It's hairnet. It's definitely Aquanet. Right? Because that was the ship in the 80s. It was Aquanet. And I'll never forget that smell. It's as good as gasoline. Now, look, I'm not advocating for huffing, but if I got to stand there a little extra at the pump so I can sniff that shit a little more in the air, you know, you only get that chance like, what, once a week? So go for it. Aquanet? That's just hotboxing yourself with straight up permanent marker goodness. Ain't nothing wrong with. Actually, have I been huffing my whole life like casually and maybe it's just not cool? And to me, it's normal and never. You know what? Let's not talk about huffing. Okay, here we go.
Thinking about your wife and your kids and your family, and you say, what am I doing here? Why is this happening to me? And you just try to maintain as much cool as you possibly can, because I realize that if you do anything out of course, as far as this person is concerned, I don't know whether the guy was a terrorist or a wacko or somebody that was trying to get even for something. You don't know who's there.
News director Tom Capra explained his order to pull the plug.
Is that we cannot allow people with guns or weapons of any kind to take a television station hostage. So the first thing you do is go to black and kill the mics to make sure that the message, whatever it is, never gets out.
Co-anchors John Beard and Kirsty Wilde sat through the ordeal, Kirsty worrying that she had okayed Stolman getting into the studio.
He called me to get in. You can't just walk in here. He called me and said that he was Max Stolman's son and he lived in the East and that he had never had the opportunity to see his dad while he was on our air, and could he come down and watch the show?
He had a pass. I noticed the pass on his chest, and nobody noticed anything out of the ordinary until David is on, he's standing behind David. And at first, we thought it was just someone who was mixed up, confused, didn't realize he was in the way.
Once the crisis had ended, there was time for reflection and concern for Max Stolman, the gunman's father.
Max is a terrific
Max
guy.
is just one of the nicest people in the entire world.
Absolutely.
And it is awful that this should happen to anyone connected with Max. He's just, and you know, we love him.
Gary Stolman.
That guy looks so much like the dude from the Book of Mormon, the musical. Wow. This could be recast so well. Like, I already know who would play who. It's wild that this kid broke in. He's like, yo, my dad works here. What's up? And then he just does this. Whew.
We love it.
Gary Stolman remains in custody. Charges may await a psychiatric evaluation.
And this dude looks like George Bush Jr., dude. This dude looks like George Bush Jr. Great hair. Everybody loves the hair this morning on her. Good. Was Max in Vietnam? Oh, they're all in fucking Vietnam, for fuck's sake. All of them. All these people. Do you want to see it again? What is it right here?
And anchorman John Beard grabbed it. Burbank police wrestled the man to the floor. He has been identified as Gary Stolman, and he said he never intended to harm anyone.
Hi, Graham.
Indeed, the gun proved a fake. But Stolman may still face a variety of charges. He is the son of farmer.
C. Smith, shut the fuck up. This channel is my Vietnam. This is my Roman Empire. Satan, get ready with me. Today we're going to watch. I'm going to make that ass slap guy come back. The one who slaps his ass in day. I'm so sorry. Angie Reed doesn't like it, so I'm not going to play it for a while. We're going to give it a rest.
Pharmacist Max Stolman, a former member of the Channel 4 News team, reporting on medicine and related
And this is Tom CP. I'm so sorry.
issues. Max Stolman said, I do have a sick son. He has been hospitalized a number of times. I am thankful he wasn't killed. At a news conference this evening, Horowitz, who appeared to maintain his calm throughout.
Also, you can't get a fake gun now without the orange thing on it, right? Don't they require that, or did they take that away too? God. And also, I'm so glad you're here, Auntie Ree. Fuck that fucking jabroni. I'm fucking glad you got away from him. Yeah, you want to score him to stay firm? All right, fuck this. Fuck this. You know what? Indeed, we can. We can. Anything for you kids. It's your day. It's the day after Mother's Day. I'm sorry. I promised you guys I'd come see you yesterday, but it was a long day, dude. Didn't get to do it. Got a little addicted to watching a card game. So here we are today. Happy Mother's Day for those who missed it. I hope that you're all
Hi. You're both high.
And I just thank you for being here today with me to watch. And I just want to let you know that if you need a morning routine, I got it right.
Hello, folks. Nuck here. A lot of you have been asking me about my morning routine, so here it is. It's my new teeth. Snort-worthy smile, if you ask me. So I like to start my morning by waking up at 2 in the afternoon, get a quick lift, lick, and lurk in before I go off and spend the next several hours in the woods. And this time is mainly for my freeform lurks. I just lurk like no one's watching. Then I head into town to do some casual creeping. I mean, I'm freaking everyone out because I'm getting in my squirms. But you gotta squirm to stay firm. I forget what I'm doing for the next 3 days and get an office job that I absolutely hate. Spend most of my time hiding in the storage closet, but all my coworkers know I'm in there. The next 26 hours I'm purposefully unconscious, come to so I can try on some tuxes because I'm getting married. Love to Ragnora. I'll practice my funeral for 30 minutes, at which point I gotta pretend to listen to someone tell me about a dream they had, but I'm really just thinking about what I'm gonna say. Then, and this is important, I'll just wait, eerily, for hours. What am I waiting for? A big heap of nothing. I wait to wait. I'll spend 2 minutes trying to create fire with my mind, giving me just enough time for a last lurk before the day begins. That's the Bobo way.
And of course, we have to sage this morning's episode. That's right. It is time to get rid of the curse before the curse begins.
It's time to remove my chihuahua's demon. This time is going to work.
Juan Calamera, azúcar, Juan Calamera, azúcar, Hanta Manjara, Mangalangalingilongo, Tiki Tiki Tracatú. A la víbora de la mar, por aquí pueden pasar, los de adelante corren mucho y los de atrás se quedarán.
Hoy mi amor, hasta el perro no te quiere.
Ya está hecho el hechizo. Ahora sí. ¡Újule! Listo.
Ahorita va a volar.
Para que vean. Ya está, mija, el hechizo hecho para todos los que no me quieren.
And of course, we cannot start a court morning without Muslim gay baby doggies.
Here is my baby doggies. One of them is Muslim, the other one is gay, and today we're gonna measure them. Let's see how long are you now. 1, 2 middle finger long, and you 1, 2 middle finger and a half. You are very cute boy, gay, little bit LGQHD TV candidate, but it's okay. I still love you. You can be what you like because you are a dog, and you always itching because try to clean yourself. Stop twerking in the dirty. They are always twerking in the dirty, and they do this in the garden, and he digging, and he make the holes. One is making the holes, and this one is looking for holes to penetration. Find your goals before they penetration your holes, stupid. Hey, look who I find it here in the desert. A small baby doggy. Meow. Where is your mother? He keeps sucking my toes. I think he's LGQHD TV candidate, but I don't mind. Now you wash your plate. Because every day I clean for you, now today you clean yourself. Today I take my baby doggy to get a rabies vaccination. Hey, stay under the sit down. Is the air conditioner touch you good? I don't understand why baby doggy have to get rabies vaccination. So what if he's racist? He's not racist, he's just a baby. This is for happy born day. Blow him. Don't eat this one. New update on my baby doggy today. He's now 3 hands long. He have a passport. Now stop licking me, you son of a LGQHD TV advocate. We're gonna take him to the United Kingdom. Hey, I have another baby doggy. His mother died, and I'm gonna take her to make her wife for Chuki. Look at this long boy. Look, his wife tried to get his attention, but he don't care. Hey, look what I find here in the bushes. Meow. Small baby doggy. Where is your mother? Why you are so tiny? Wait, let's measure you. 1.5 middle finger. Find it, baby doggy, his brother. I just went inside into the same rubbish place. Look, I don't know if he is a she or she's a he, brother or sister. We're gonna do gender for real. Let me see. He's a man. Your name is Antar bin Akmush al-Baghdadi, Bruce the 4th second. Look, he is urinating in his brother's face. Oh my God, look how he's sleeping. Show them that this is not good. You are his brother. You should not do stuff like that. Look at your beautiful, cute face. And here is the mascara in your eye. They are half from Nigeria and half Iraqi, so we call them Nigaraki. 6, 7 middle finger long. Ah, he bite her in my nipple. Stay with the gay boy. One is becoming fat. And one is skinny. Hey, you're not gonna believe my eye when I tell you, guess what has happened? I find it, baby doggy, his brother. I just went inside into the same rubbish place. Look, I don't know if he is a she or she's a he, brother or sister. We're gonna do gender for real. Let me see. He's a man. You have a brother. Look the faces, subhanallah. That's definitely his brother. But one look like Hindi, one look like from United Kingdom. You have a brother now, Tagtugi. Your name is Antar bin Akmush al-Baghdadi, Bruce the 4th second. Wow. You're gonna live a good life. You're not gonna stay in the rubbish anymore. I went in the same bushes, the same area, and I heard I say, oh my God, see? Tagtugi bin Wolf al-Baghdadi. Look, he is urinating in his brother's face. Listen. This is a guy and it's your brother sibling, no penetration, no escapation, and you have to behavation. Don't bite him. Oh my God, look how they're sleeping.
All right. So this is great content, isn't it? This is fun for everybody. Excellent. Good. Well, I'm going to show you this one just because it always pops up in my For You page. And I was like, the internet must be telling me something. I think you'll like this because you're all big fucking birds and this is a little fucking bird.
What was that? And I went over and picked it up. And I looked up, a snake was in there killing the nest. Well, I killed the snake, but couldn't get him back in the nest. So what are you going to feed it? Oh, bud, he's done got feathers. He can eat whatever. What kind of bird is it? I don't know. What do I need to do? Help me out. I ain't you the expert. Shit. I just found him. I don't want him to die. Well, I don't know what to feed. I don't even. Don't be mean to him. He just watched all of his brothers and sisters get massacred by a 2-bit snake. And Oh my. He's cute. Look at him. Look at him. He's chill as fuck, dude. I picked him. Help me, woman. I need help. I gotta go catch you some grasshoppers. And I'm just gonna give him a little water dish. Come on. Chop, chop. Oh, look at him. Come on. Come on. I've been wanting a while, but it's not a falcon or a fucking owl or nothing cool. But hey, it's a start. It's a start. Leave me alone. Help me. This is my favorite thing ever. He likes me. He likes me. He likes me so much. Oh my goodness. This is the coolest thing ever. What was that?
So that's the guy who found the bird. The dog's going to get the birds, as he said. Don't make me show you the squirrel video again. You love him? Good. I figured you kids would like that. I figured you like that. All right. So, why is it not? Oh, it's still showing Baby Brian. Okay. Are we at the Yuri part? Let's see. Or do I have more silliness? Gospel Bill's Easter special? No, we'll get straight to, we have a little bit more left on, a little bit more to left. Wow, bitch, I need to wake up. We have a little bit more to watch. And let me pull this up. This is where we left off. The end of the text messages. And then I believe we are going to see Yuri again today, right? Because they can have rebuttals and cross-examination continue. Rebuttal, refutal. Let's take the whole day off. Meanwhile, my Hugin is trying to catch a squirrel. Well, he is hungry, Hugin. Give him squirrel. I bet Yuri chases squirrels. That weather guy chases cats. He tracks them. So you have to be very careful when you are in Massachusetts now with your cat. Let's go ahead and watch the rest of Yuriy Bukhenik's daytime TV special. What is it? He can't say the word colloquial. All right, let's see. That's the word he can't say. Here we go. Let's do it at 1.25 because he's a blockhead. He talks real slow. Here we go.
You make some valid points. No shit, Sherlock. Come on, I'm funny. Sit on that and spin. See? Now you have to go below the belt. Love it.
Also, when they say sit on that and spin, is he telling her sit on my dick and spin? Because rude.
Yeah. Do you wear belts? Only once in a while.
Do you wear belts? That's when she should have said, no, bitch, it's a title, not a belt.
Oh, okay. When I go into the office, okay. Rando.
Oh, I forgot. That's what drove me crazy. That's why we had to stop last time. Ha ha. His little Mickey Mouse. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. That fucking laugh, dude. It's the way Yuri reads it too. It's so ridiculous.
I was teasing you. You getting all dressed up for me. I pretty much wear all black every day. Love it. Where you going in town? Newburgh.
He loves that. And no, she doesn't. You know, people are going to tear her apart for that. They're going to go, you don't wear all black, look, Karen beige outside eye. Jesus fucking Christ. And also, this is ha. Doing? No, I'm just kidding. I know how to read.
She works there. Doing? She works for my friend who's a...
Didn't it sound like he said doing, though? Like, I did watch that a little bit. It sounds like he says doing. I'm gonna go back a tiny bit. Where are we at? 33401. All right, I just gotta hear. Let's hear that part again. Because it sounds like he says doing. Come on. I don't want to hear too much of him if I don't have to.
Only once in a while. Okay. When I go into the office. Okay. Rando. I was teasing you. You getting all dressed up for me. I pretty much wear all black every day. Love it. Where you going in town? Newbury. She works there. Doing? She works for my friend who's a plastic surgeon. That's how I know her.
Doing?
Coincidence? She lives around the corner. So funny. Around the corner from your second home? Oh, I had to come downtown earlier.
Dude, hold up. I missed this. I missed this part. And I did watch a little bit forward earlier today. Yesterday. She's getting annoyed with the haha, isn't she? Haha.
So told her I'd meet her for a drink. You there now? You would like my spot at the Cape. I have a great spot for dinner and drinks down there. Are you there tonight? I'm a beach worshiper. Where's that? I'm in West Roxbury, a spot in West Rocks Dedham line. I have a pass to drive my Jeep on the beach. Lots of fun to be had. I heard. I used to rent with my friends on the beach for 7 straight years. I miss it. I've been thinking about moving to Tiverton. I can give you all the beach life you can handle. Stopping for a drink later? By where? My spot in West Rocks. Probably not for a bit.
Motherfucker can give her all the beach whale she can handle. I don't know about beach life. Jesus.
Okay. At a bar? I wasn't suggesting anytime soon. I know you're with your friend. I meant my house. Probably after 8. Okay. If you don't want it, that's fine. No pressure. I will. A drink? What do you drink? Are you out now? Sorry. I'll drink whiskey if that's what you're having. Send me a pic of you two.
Imagine if you drank every time he said haha, you would be drunk as the entire Albert family by the end of this. It's crazy.
I figured. My shot is tight.
Haha, I'm going back on Suicide Watch. Haha. Exactly.
Shit. Sure you can handle this. Please. Bite me. Stop saying fresh things. Why?
Excuse me. I'm sorry, detective.
I can't. With the bite me? What is that? Bite me. Like fucking. Is he going to throw out a cowabunga? Like, what the? I can't believe adults talk like this. I'm going back a little.
I can give you all the beach life you can handle. Stopping for a drink later?
Big
By where?
time.
My spot in West Rocks. Probably not for a bit. Okay. At a bar? I wasn't suggesting anytime soon. I know you're with your friend. I meant my house. Probably after 8. Okay. If you don't want it, that's fine. No pressure. I will. A drink? What do you drink?
Why the question mark? She just said she will, and she'll have a drink. Why do you have to?
Are you out now? Sorry. I'll drink whiskey if that's what you're having. Send me a pic of you two.
Yeah, and also, like, he doesn't go to the beach. If he does, he doesn't take his shirt off.
I figured. My shot is tight. Shit.
Oh, yeah, also, good morning, Jason. Happy Mother's Day, Jason.
Sure you can handle this.
I'm a day late, and you're not a mother, but happy Mother's Day, Jason.
Please. Bite me. Stop saying fresh things. Why?
Excuse me. I'm sorry, detective. There may have been a page that is missing in that document, or
Oh, God, there is a whole page. Oh, fuck.
not comporting with
Trust
the.
me, Jackson. It's just ha 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 over and over again. Don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I did accidentally turn the page.
No problem.
I apologize.
Dude, openly admit it. I love Bukhenik's reading. He has given us Mickey Mouse ha ha. It drives me nuts that Higgins said it. He's also getting into it. Like, if you guys know, this is like when a kid, you know how, like, when you were in school and the teacher would be like, okay, we're going to read from the book and we'll go around the classroom and each of you reads a paragraph, right? The worst was when they would say a sentence because you're like, fuck, this is going to take all day because each person, there's like a pause between. And it's like, yep, now you, yep, now you. So it just breaks the flow of it. So they, oh, my neck. They would have us do like a paragraph at a time. And you always get to the kid who has a hard time reading, or a kid who can read fine, but they stall at weird words, or the kid who pronounces them weird. Like there's always that kid or a couple of them in the class who all have different like things about how they read out loud, where everybody's just like, oh, like, can we just move on to the next person? And then you get to someone who's like, you always get to that theater. It's usually like a theater girl, or like, you know, some fucking like the football player who secretly wants to be a theater girl. And they just, you get there and they're just like really into it and they're feeling it, and they're doing voices for the characters, you know? I feel like Yuriy is somewhere in between that. He's got weird, he stalls on some words. He can't read no good. He's Charlie with his dream book, right? But also he's into the dream book, and he's just like, oh, well, that, like, he's starting to get, the whole reason I think they picked him was to torture him. But really, it's just torturing us. He's loving it. He's loving it. But like at the same time, I think they picked him because they thought legitimately this is going to follow the rules, right? And the rules are, if we have an independent reader, people aren't going to make certain inflections. You know what I mean? So it's like, this guy didn't write either of those. He's not going to make one sound angry or one sound, but instead he's gone Kirk from Glee. He's gone Kirk. And this is very Eastern Bloc of him too. They love ABBA. They love Queen. They love glittery shirts. And they get really into, when they're watching TV, they are in the TV. So it doesn't surprise me that now that he's gotten the hang of the whole reading element of it, it feels like he's starting to take sides. And there's times when it feels like he's grossed out by Higgins and thinks Karen's responses are funny. And it's like, Yuriy, whose side are you on? Fuck, dude.
I think starting at, I usually drink whatever the person with me is having.
Yep. I usually drink whatever the person with me is having. Oh, okay.
I also think he's super grateful that he gets to throw someone else under the bus and he doesn't have to answer any questions. So I think he really likes that. Yeah, his voice fluctuates for Karen. He becomes Karen. Yuriy puts on a Karen wig every time he reads this. He's just like, how dare you, Higgins? Like, it's fucking great. This is Yuriy Bukhenik's. This is his Love Island. This is what's the one with Montoya that we were watching? I don't even remember anymore. He has become Montoya running down the beach.
I don't take selfies either. I don't really even know how. Whatever. I wanted to see your smile. I hate having my photo taken. Weak. Sorry. I'm a very particular person. What's that mean? Okay, never mind. Go enjoy your friend. Go clean your house, will you? My shit is spotless.
Oh. Sir, you do not have a high fiber diet. You need to chill. We know that's not true.
I figured. My shot is tight. Shit. Sure you can handle this. Please, bite me. Stop saying fresh things. Why? Are those statements tempting? Nope. Oh, which statements?
That was fucking funny. She iced him out. No. Nope. Fucking lame.
Perhaps you should drive directly to Mansfield. You said bite me like 3 times.
She's starting to get it. She's starting to realize, like, I'm trying to fuck Bart Simpson in a fat cop's body. Like, what am I doing right now?
Okay. 8:30 is too late?
Yeah.
For what? Drink.
Yeah, like Yuriy's acting skills, Yuriy's love of theater has totally ruined any hope that the jury would not catch the feels for one of these characters. I'm still grossed out by it all, but I love that Yuriy loves it because he's so easy to hate. But in this moment, it's like, you get it, girl.
No, why? Are we not meeting up? You can stop over for a drink. Balls in your court.
Oh, the trouble.
Are you going to give me the address?
Oh.
Yeah. We don't have to meet up if you don't want to, but I'm leaving town now. I'm up for a drink. Okay. Should I drive around? Should I drive around W. Roxbury? I assume it says yelling your name, question mark. It's cut off. Are you going to give me the address? Yeah. We don't have to meet up if you don't want to, but I'm leaving town now. All right, it repeats itself. I apologize. So, okay, should I drive around W. Roxbury yelling your name? Haha.
What? Did he just rip on them for the repetition? He's like, I apologize on behalf of these fools. Hold on, go back.
8:30ish is too late? For what? Drink. No, why? Are we not meeting up? You can stop over for a drink. Balls in your court. Are you going to give me the address?
What time is that? What time is that? 3:37:26. Ball. Ball. I don't know why that's so fucking funny to me. I'm gonna go back again.
Spelling your name? Question mark. It's cut off. Are you going to give me the address?
Balls.
Yeah. We don't have to meet up if you don't want to, but I'm leaving town now. All right, it repeats itself. I apologize. So, okay, should I drive around W. Roxbury yelling your name?
Yeah.
No. Where are you now? Newbury. Do you really want to come over? Only if you want me to. Can you take charge? I thought we already settled this. Haha.
Haha.
Okay, well, I am in my car and now getting on the highway. This feels like I am forcing you. Not at all. I am game. Okay, well, I'd like to know where the hell I'm going. Pike or 93? You just want to meet me at the crib, or do you want to come over? Pike, I would say. You decide. I don't know either. Whatever you want. I don't either. Play so wherever you're comfortable. You know anyone in West Rocks? I don't think so.
Oh my God. 2 options. Then 3 options. Then back to 2 options. And are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Do you know anyone here? Now we're going to make a whole 3rd option. You've got 2. You can't even decide from. Now you want to add a 3rd. Oh, Jesus. Also,
Then just
Mandy Joe, thank you for pointing out the obvious that I did not see right away. I should have seen that. You're absolutely right. He said crib. Yo, you want to come back to my crib? Hey, MTV, come on in. Oh, what's that? Ding dong. Oh, shit. I didn't know you guys were going to be here this soon. Well, welcome to my crib. He comes in and he just he's like, this is where my whiskey is. And it's just like half a bottle of whiskey and some red Solo cups. That's my blood station.
stop by for a drink. Up to you. No pressure. Just give me an address. I hate texting while driving. Bryant Road. Text me when close. Okay. I will show you where to print. Park. That's W Rocks. It's not coming up. Yeah. Then put Boston in. Bryant Drive, West Roxbury Township, New Jersey. Search.
Hey, bitch. Why don't you come to a whole ass other state for me? No, thank you, Higgins. No, thank you. I'm good. I had a salad thing.
For a friend, then add your phone contacts so you can search for their address on maps. It's a screenshot sent through. First one. What app do you use? Turn around on the street. Park at the top of the street across from the red minivan.
Was that him doing intel? I'm just kidding. Now, well, he does now know about what app she uses. Also, it feels right here like she's doing the SpongeBob here. It's pretty funny. But also, I find it interesting because he works with the ATF, right? And he's not a computer guy with the ATF. He seems to be he's terrible at typing, but he seems to be somewhat knowledgeable about, app life. I just can't help but wonder if, because she told him that John has cameras everywhere. So he knew that, right? Higgins knew that. He knew John has cameras everywhere. So, I wonder if he called Proctor before all this shit. Remember when he went back to the police station? I wonder if he called Proctor and was like, John has cameras everywhere. And then Proctor's like, yikes. You know what I mean? Because they couldn't find the Ring camera from John's house. And why would Karen erase it? It proves that she's there. That's good for her. DEA, right? No, I think he's ATF, right? Is he DEA? Whatever. I don't think he's a computer guy. I think the only computer guys are Matt McCabe and Brian Albert Sr. He's ATF? Yeah, he's ATF. Because he worked Boston Marathon shit. Yeah. And he was wearing the flak jacket. I remember that. I remember thinking, like, he ain't fit. But, like, is that crazy to think? I have wondered that for a while, like, about. Let me work this out in my head real quick. Okay. So, in a previous conversation, yeah, dude. So, he was in the Boston. So was Brian Higgins, right? Weren't they in the bombing? Or they worked it? They worked it. Has a traffic cone. Jesus Christ. he was the bomb. He was perfectly round. He's knowledgeable in alcohol, so he's in the right business big time, dude. Big time. Let's go to the hilly. That just sounds weird. This is exactly how we texted in 2002. So that I stand by your statements as well. But like, is that crazy? Because, okay, so if he did it, OJ style, if I did it, if Higgins did it, right? Because he's all fired up. He loves to text her. He texts her more than she texts him. He'll send like 3 or 4. She'll send one short one. He'll ha 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 ha. He'll add that on. Like, no big deal. You're just some dumb bitch. Like at the end of everything, just, to nag her. He nags her. So, in my opinion, this is the type of guy who looks at his phone a lot and is like, why didn't you fucking say something back? I mean, he even like exhibits that in that video, right? So this guy who's like looking at his phone like, what the heck, Karen? What the fuck? He's the type of guy to stand across from her at the bar while she's with John and be looking down at his phone, texting her like, what up? What's going on? So I think he looks at it a lot. And I think if he had anything to do with it, he probably spent some time looking at his phone and he probably went back in his conversation with Karen. It was like, shit, fuck. Didn't she say John had cameras? Probably would have hit up Proctor and been like, by the way, you might want to check. I think she's been staying with John. Because he knows that. She told him. Then he's like, John's got cameras. I don't know. She said he's got cameras. So is it possible that they could have deleted that at the Ring database? Well, yeah, because if it was Ring, at the time the police had a contract with Ring and they could access any Ring footage they wanted independently without the owner's consent. That was part of the consent of signing a contract with Ring. And back before Scott went to go dance in the tulips at the Grand Canyon, he confirmed this with us. So I ask ye again, what does ye think about the possibility that Brian I recalled, and also because he got caught kissing her, right? So he's like, oh, fuck, that's right. John has cameras. If they're going to frame Karen, got to get rid of the footage of her at the house, at John's house. I do believe it is 100% possible, in my opinion. In fact, I mean, unless there's something saying otherwise, that law enforcement could easily access local law enforcement specifically. Because just like the Nextdoor app, your Ring footage at one time up until 2021 in Texas, and I want to say 2022 in other states, it just depends on the state. It was totally accessible by local law enforcement if you had Ring. It was part of your contract, and then they got sued and they changed it. So I do believe that locally they could have accessed John's Ring footage and deleted it without noticing the audio. Perhaps she had it backed up onto her phone, or it was auto backed up to his laptop. So there's a hard copy of it. I do wonder, I need to go back and look through the documents to see. But if only one was available, that makes no sense because there wouldn't be a data dump. The data dump's like every 7 years. So I wonder if Higgins knew that, mentioned it to Proctor, and then he was able to just hop on in there and delete some. Or have Colleen do it. What do you think of that? Is that stupid? Is it possible? Have you heard anything like that? Curious.
LMK, when you're here. Here.
LMK, he should just say, let me know. That part does piss me off.
Wednesday, January 19th, 11:13 p.m. Home. Alive? Cool. Thoughts? Maybes? You? What? You asked my...
Mandy. I remember that too. That was all over the paper and the news. Wasn't it a party? Fell back. What you talking about? They fell off a balcony, right? Was it the one who fell over the balcony? Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't know. I thought that it was like a goof. I thought that they were play fighting, and this person like drunkenly stumbled back and fell over the balcony. Did someone, was it they got decked? And that whole apartment building got burned down by an arsonist after it had like 4 or 5 breaking and entering and sex assaults, I think. And they still haven't figured out who did that, and it killed people. That was all around the same time, I think. Dude, Texas State was wildin'. That shit was crazy.
My thoughts. You didn't answer. I don't know my thoughts. Okay, I think I get it. You have any? Thursday, January 20th, 12:27 p.m. Hi, how was your day? Good, yours? I'm exhausted. Yeah, that makes 2 of us. But I want to drink.
Wait, no, I thought it was a balcony. I thought he fell off of like a 2nd story or some shit. Was that another one? That shit's fucking crazy, dude. He was killed by 1 punch. He went down and cracked his head. Oh, dude, that's so sad. I'm so sorry, Fuzzy Lou. You had a buddy who cracked his head. He was at the cemetery and he was drunk. I don't know why. I guess he was just walking through the cemetery. He's like 7 feet tall. And he fell and he cracked his head on one of the tombstones. Dude was in a coma. Just totally wonked out of his mind for like 5 months. Then he was fine. Now he's totally fine. But it's just crazy. Full-blown coma to totally fine. Yeah, I thought that kid fell off the balcony. That's crazy.
Really? I'll give you Hardy's digits. Who? Hardy from 98.5 Midday Show. He hangs out at the Current sometime. He's a spokesperson for Recovery Center of America. Haha, I don't have a problem. Kidding. I know. Good riddance. Haha, stranger. Hey, I was at Haley all weekend. Have not heard from you. I apologize. Sunday, January 23rd, 9:40 p.m. Phone works. Thought you were all set. With talking?
Oh my God. Does it go all the way? Oh my God. Does it go all the way to the night of? We have 7 more days of these 2 jibba-jabbing.
No. You sure? Friday, 11:32 p.m. Well. Saturday, 11:54 a.m. John died.
Lights, please.
Sergeant, you had an opportunity, obviously, when you read them, so now you familiarize yourself with that series of text messages that you received from Brian Higgins, correct?
Yes.
Would you, I'm going to ask you the same question again. Would you consider those text messages as you reviewed them when you received them from Brian Higgins as being flirtatious or romantic in nature?
I would not categorize them to that extent. Certain parts of it might be, but the total conversation, if you want my opinion, I can provide you with it.
Was there some flirtation in the text messages that you noted?
There are terms that I used. You're hot, witty, stuff like that. You know, talking about banging and hooking up.
What word would you use to describe them if not flirtatious?
The totality of the conversation?
Sure.
My opinion is that it's a angry girlfriend trying to set up a hookup to her John.
To her jump?
To her John.
To her John.
Yeah.
Would you consider the responses from Brian Higgins to be flirtatious in nature?
There are conversation parts that are enticing, maybe a little of advances, but the totality of, to put a label on the whole thing, my opinion is that she's trying to get revenge.
Get revenge?
Yes, get revenge.
On John?
Yeah.
For what happened on New Year's Eve?
Yes.
Okay. When you say revenge, you don't mean physical revenge.
Well, emotional revenge. She's trying to hook up with Higgins and then hurt John by cheating on him.
And in fact, you did note that John O'Keefe was not privy to these texts, right? Okay.
I'll allow that. Do you know that?
I do not, Your Honor, no.
He's not on the text, is he?
I don't know if their accounts are synced at this point. I don't know if she's seen them. I don't know.
He's not. His phone. If you're on his phone, you guys got his phone, correct?
We do have his devices.
Do you have any evidence that his account is somehow suddenly know that he's synced with what they're using?
Not from his device, no, but he could have seen the text message.
Okay, so there's no evidence that he was synced. His account was synced with anything, correct?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
There's no evidence.
You were facing the other way. I didn't hear.
There's no evidence that his account was synced with anything.
Not his device that we have, no.
And you don't have, as you sit here, you don't have any evidence whatsoever that he saw any of those text messages, correct?
We don't have that, but I do not know.
Okay. So as you sit here, my question is very simple. Do you have evidence, affirmative evidence, that John O'Keefe ever saw these text messages?
I do not have evidence that he saw them, no.
So would you agree that the text messages show a romantic interest, for whatever motivation, a romantic interest from Brian Higgins toward Ms. Reed?
You have to ask that differently.
In your mind, as you read the text messages, did you determine in your head that there was a romantic interest by Brian Higgins toward Kyron Reed?
In my mind, I saw the text messages for what they were, initiated by Kyron Reed, and began a text message conversation with Brian Higgins.
And Brian Higgins was responsive to those text messages, correct?
They did communicate back and forth.
He was responsive to the overtures that Ms. Reed made toward him, correct? Suggestions. Let's get together for a drink, come over to my house, I'll come over to your house, things of that nature. Those went back and forth between the two, correct?
Yes, they went back and forth.
And did you determine that there was an interest by Brian Higgins in Kyron Reed?
I read that he repeatedly asked her what's her plan, what's her goal, what's her interest, what's her intent.
Did that show you an interest on his part in her?
I think at one point he said he was confused, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or what's the term he used? He was unsure what she wanted.
He called her hot.
He did, yes.
He called her witty.
Right from the rip, yes.
He said he wanted to spend time with her.
Spend time, yes. Yeah.
He was interested in going over to her house.
Yes.
He was interested in her possibly coming over to his house.
Yes.
He told her that he thought she was hot, his words, from the jump. Correct?
From the jump, yeah.
How do you interpret that?
From the jump, I would interpret it as right from the beginning. Maybe the first time they saw each other, laid eyes on each other. As a
matter of fact, he basically said that, didn't he? In the text message, from the first time I saw you, I thought you were hot.
Yes.
He constantly was using phrases, to use your words, phrases interested in knowing how she felt about it. Correct?
It's a stage. Ask it differently, Mr. Chairman.
Did you interpret any of his text messages as Brian Higgins being interested in knowing how she felt, what she was thinking about him?
Objection. Ask it again.
When you first saw these text messages and you reviewed them, did you interpret those text messages in your mind? That's what I'm interested in your mind, as Brian Higgins being interested in knowing how Kyron Reed felt about it.
I believe his statement indicates that he was interested in seeing what her interest was, what her intention were, and questioning the fact that she's dating live-in boyfriend with his buddy.
He used the word ghost several times, correct?
I do recall reading the word ghost.
How did you interpret that word?
Objection.
I'll allow it.
I interpreted ghost in the common slang terminology as to abandon conversation, stop communicating.
He indicated that 2 different times in the text string, correct?
I would like to pause to say, Dawn Marie, my little sweet Italian lemon, thank you so much for recognizing him. I did hear that Sabu the wrestler died. R.I.P. to Sabu. He's the real one. Him and Rob Van Dam had a historical feud and friendship. And the stories that we got to see Rob Van Dam tell on his comedy tour that we opened for, the stories he told about Sabu were incredible. I will never forget thinking I was about to spend the rest of my life in Kentucky in the holler, being terrified and watching the news for a glimpse of hope and realizing that Sabu had just been arrested in Ironton, Ohio for pills. And I was very brokenhearted because he would not be wrestling for ECW anymore. Nor would RVD, nor would Jeff Hardy. So that was a big deal for me because I absolutely loved him. The ECW Bloodiest Battles DVD I still have was one of the best creations ever. Psychosis versus Rey Mysterio was one of the greatest matches ever. The only other DVD that I hold cherished more than that would be the original Vince McMahon documentary that does talk bad shit and is fucking wild. And probably, I mean, the Hardy Boy, the Usos are pretty good because Rikishi and them are doing a, what is it, a Polynesian dance? And that's fun. They're on a beach. It's the 90s. Rat Tails Bound. Rikishi, who did the stink face. But I would say, other than that, maybe the CZW Tournament of Death. So I think ECW is number one. It has a great Paul Heyman moment, and it has a lot of good Tommy Dreamer info before he got canceled because things Ric Flair did on a plane. So to Sabu, I say, that's his thing. I used to call him Genie Man when I didn't know who he was because he wore genie pants. Found out Sick Nick Mono, my favorite wrestler of all time, other than Broken Matt Hardy, he wore his pants to honor Sabu. So that is always fun. Also, he does an episode of Action Bronson. Is it Action Bronson? Oh, he's got his headset on. I think it's Action Bronson doing Ancient Aliens or something. And Sabu and the I Dream of Jeannie lady are on there. And it is incredible because they are dressed very similar. Also, Yuri Bukhenik cannot say the word good. So dissecting the texts is where we are. I'm not going to lie, I did go microwave some old french fries for a second. So I missed it, but I'm sure it was thrilling. Here we go.
I know I read the text messages, but reading them out loud to a room full of people, I might not have remembered how many times the term ghost came through.
Fair
I was concentrating more on the reading, not on the comprehension of each word.
Fair enough. But you did note that he used that term in his text messages to her, right?
I think I recall at least once that the term ghost was present in the communication.
Did you interpret that? I'm looking for what was in your mind. Did you interpret that, the use of that word by Brian Higgins, as showing some level of frustration at her abandonment of the conversation?
No, I did not. No.
Not at all?
No.
Have you ever heard the phrase, "you ghosted me"?
Yes.
How do you interpret that phrase, just in general?
I've heard it communicated between other people. I've never used the term ghosted. I think it's a little after my time in communicating with others, but I take it as you stopped responding to my text messages.
Do you take that, do you interpret that, or did you interpret that as a positive or a negative comment? You ghosted me.
I interpret it as a matter of fact, like you stopped talking to me. I never thought about it in a positive or negative connotation. I never gave it any thought.
As you sit here now, if you do give it thought, would you put a positive or a negative connotation on the phrase, "you ghosted me"?
Objection.
You're aware that, based on the text messages that we just saw, there was a series of text messages that went back and forth starting in mid-January and basically ending around January 23rd, correct?
This chain of text messages began on January 12th and ended January 29th.
Right. I'm going to get to the 29th, but the back and forth ended on January 23rd, did it not?
I don't recall as specific. I can leaf through it and tell you what it is. I know I read the dates out loud, and again, I was concentrating on reading.
Do you have the document in front of you?
I do.
Could you turn to the last page?
Yes, sir.
I believe it's the last page. It may be the second to the last page or something. Do you see an entry on January 23rd, 2022, a text message from Brian Higgins, thought you were all set?
Yes.
And Ms. Reed responded with talking? Question mark, no, period, correct?
That is her response.
Mr. Higgins then responds, with 4 N's behind the H, correct?
That's correct.
And then he responds again. By the way, did Ms. Reed respond to the
No, she did not.
And then he follows up with, you sure, with no punctuation, correct?
That's correct.
Did Ms. Reed respond to you're sure?
She did not.
The next text is on January 29th at 11:32 p.m., correct? I'm sorry, January 28th at 11:32 p.m. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Is that from Ms. Reed or from Mr. Higgins?
At 11:32 p.m. on Friday, January 28th, it is from Mr. Higgins.
That's all I asked. And now, can you tell the jurors what that text is? And then the next text immediately after it.
Well.
So between January (23rd) and January 28th, would you describe Ms. Reed's side of the conversation as having ghosted Mr. Higgins?
No, she initiates the conversation. You had me read the second text message in the chain.
Between January 29th to January 23rd, when that last text message was sent by Brian Higgins, until January 28th at 11:32, would you describe that as Ms. Reed having ghosted Mr. Higgins for those 5 days?
Strictly looking at the text message communications and not knowing whether they...
I'm not asking you to speculate. I know there's other stuff you want to say. I'm asking you just to read, but just to answer the question you're asking, based on the text that in front of you, Sergeant Bukhenik. Does it appear that Ms. Reed ghosted, as you define the term, Mr. Higgins, from January 23rd until January 28th?
One could read into that in that manner, yeah.
And then on January 28th, Sergeant Bukhenik, when Brian Higgins sends, well, Ms. Reed responds.
No, she did not. They were together at the same location.
Did she respond to the text?
On that day?
Correct.
Not on text message, no.
You said they were together. That means that Brian Higgins was together in the same room with Ms. Reed when he sent his text, right?
Yes.
And she ignored it, didn't she?
Interesting.
You also received from Mr. Higgins certain text messages between him, Mr. Higgins, and John O'Keefe himself, correct?
Yes, yes, we did.
And one of those text messages, one of the last text messages that they exchanged was, as a matter of fact, the last text message that was exchanged was Brian Higgins at 12:20 a.m. on January 29th, 2022, texting Mr. O'Keefe, you coming here, with 3 question marks, correct?
I would have to take a look at the document. I don't have a memory of it specifically. I know I reviewed it, but I don't have a memory of the time and content.
May I approach, Ron?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. No worries. Based on this extraction, I cannot definitively say that this text message was sent on January 29th because of the file source time and and the JPEG being so small. I can't testify to that, sir.
Yeah. Mr. Brennan has kindly offered to stipulate that you coming here text was sent. I would offer the following stipulation: that you coming here text was sent on January 29th at 12:20 a.m. from Brian Higgins to John O'Keefe's phone. Quote, "You coming here?" 3 question marks following.
What was the time?
12:20 a.m. Maybe enter that stipulation with the court's permission.
Sure. So, jurors, you've heard that the lawyers agree that that fact is true.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant. So you were aware of the timeline for about January 29th when, first of all, Yuriy had not responded to a text message from January 23rd throughout January 28th and into January 29th. Sorry, throughout January 28th by 11:32 p.m. She just not responded. Correct?
So the text message that she sent to Brian Higgins, the last time she sent a text message was on the 23rd.
And he responded with several text messages to which she did not respond on January 23rd. Correct?
I believe she sent 2 and he said 3, I believe.
So the answer is yes. There was a text message that she sent. I'm sorry, he sent. She did not respond. Is that right? On the 23rd.
He was the last one to send a text message on the 23rd.
That was following multiple text messages back and forth between the two of them, spanning a couple of weeks. Correct?
Yes.
Then, on January 28th, 2022, Brian Higgins is at the Waterfall Bar and Grill after 11:30 p.m. Correct?
He was.
Yuriy then walks into that same Waterfall Bar and Grill, accompanied by her boyfriend, John O'Keefe. Correct?
They did.
Brian Higgins then texted Yuriy, who's standing in the room. Well, correct?
Correct.
Yuriy ignored that text. Correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
Yuriy did not respond to that text.
There's no text.
Brian Higgins then, no less than an hour later, texts John directly, "You coming here?" with 3 question marks. Correct?
Correct. It's been stipulated.
That is an accurate timeline of the events that we just talked about, correct?
Yes, sir.
You're also aware of a call, your investigation revealed a call between Brian Higgins and Brian Albert at 2:22 a.m. on the 29th, correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
Did your investigation reveal a call between between Brian Higgins and Brian Albert at 2:22 a.m.?
Objection.
Sustained.
Any reproach, Your Honor?
Okay.
Sergeant Bukhenik, did you become aware during the course of your investigation, then I'll narrow the time frame, during the course of your investigation, that there were calls between Brian Higgins and Brian Albert at approximately 2:22 a.m. on the 29th?
During the course of my investigation, I was not aware of that. If you have a document that I can see, I can tell you if I've ever seen it before.
Did you seek to secure Brian Albert's cell phone to determine what calls he did and didn't make on
No.
January 29th or January 28th?
No, we did not.
would, in your experience, would a phone extraction, a cell phone extraction of Brian Albert's phone have revealed calls made and received in the time frame that we're talking about, the 28th and the 29th of January 2022?
If a phone is extracted, the records of phone calls being made and received would show those records.
You did receive information from Brian Higgins' phone, specifically the texts that he claimed he pulled off of his phone and gave to you, correct?
We received text messages that I read today that Brian Higgins provided from his phone.
Did you seek to secure his actual phone for a forensic download or forensic mirror image to get the actual calls made and received, or text messages made and received from his phone?
No, we did not.
At some point, this is just yes or no, at some point, did you become aware of a call between Brian Higgins and Brian Albert at 2:22 a.m. on the morning of the 29th? Just yes or no?
No.
As you sit here today, this is new information to you. Let me rephrase that. This is unknown information to you. You do not have any information about that?
Objection. 16. You need a time frame, Mr. Johnson.
I realize that, Judge. That's why I'm asking it this way. As you sit here, are you aware of a phone call between Brian Albert and Brian Higgins at 2:22 a.m. on January 29th, 2022?
Well, you just shared that with me. I have no memory or record of seeing that it actually took place. I do not know.
Okay, so you've never heard that before. That was what I was getting to. You've never heard that before?
No.
Okay. You indicated that you did not seek to secure Brian Albert's phone to do a phone extraction at any time, correct?
We did not try to get Brian Albert's phone for any reason whatsoever.
Did you become aware during the course of your investigation that Brian Albert destroyed his phone?
I'd like to be seen. Objection. Jurors, disregard that question. Can we decide now, please?
May I inquire?
Yes.
Thank you. Did you become aware of a call that was made by Brian Higgins at 1:35 a.m. while at Canton Police Department?
I am not aware of that, no.
So you did nothing in terms of investigating any phone call that Brian Higgins did or didn't make while at Canton PD on the night or the early morning hours of January 29th, 2022?
We never sought to get Brian Higgins' phone. He was not looked at as a individual that we would need to get his information for any reason at that point.
Even after you received and read all of those text messages between him and Kyron Reed.
Correct.
And even after you became aware of the timeline that you just walked through, starting on January 23rd, going all the way into January 28th and into January 29th. You did nothing to investigate.
We had the information that we had. We did not need to get his phone.
And the information that you had came from Brian Higgins himself, not from a forensic extraction, correct?
The extraction that Brian Higgins provided was a forensics extraction of his communications with Mr. O'Keefe and Kyron Reed. We had Mr. O'Keefe's phone and we had Kyron Reed's phone, so we can verify and confirm that those text message communications were accurate, unredacted, not deleted, and were true representation of what their communications consisted of.
And that was a representation made by whom?
The totality of it.
That was a representation made by whom? A person made that representation to you that it was fair and accurate. Who made that representation?
It wasn't a person, it was the extractions between the three devices.
Well, an extraction that you were handed on a device by someone, correct?
No, I said that we had all three devices. And as I told Mr. Higgins in our interview together, I said, Brian, we have those two devices. If you, correct. Okay. If there's anything deleted or altered in any way, we will have proof of it. So please make sure that you understand the magnitude of the situation. We're investigating a homicide. It needs to be accurate. And it was.
And you trusted that coming from Brian Higgins rather than simply getting an extraction from someone. Right? Yes.
I trusted him, yes, because we trust and verify. And after verifying, the extractions were correct.
And following that verification of the text messages, did that raise any suspicion in your mind about any possible motives Brian Higgins may have relative to John O'Keefe?
Suspicions of motives? Is that your question?
Correct.
No, the evidence spoke for itself. The honesty, cooperation of all the witnesses and corroborating, supporting facts spoke for themselves. So I was not suspicious of his motives. The conversation was documented over text message. Spoke for itself.
Supporting documentation, including a text message at 2:20 a.m., just minutes before John O'Keefe arrived at 34th Avenue from Ryan's house, right, 12:20 a.m. That's one of the factors, right?
That's one of the factors that is part of the entire investigation.
One of the other factors is John O'Keefe's body was found in the lawn at 34th Avenue, just feet from the front door, side door, and the garage door.
That is when Mr. O'Keefe was found on the left side of the lawn, yes.
And one of the factors was you originally said that it appears there may be an incident involving a cocktail glass in the face. Initially, please.
Based on verbal reports, initially, that was a possibility. Again, it was before we spoke to
Before a lot of other things happened, but initially. That's what I'm asking.
Yes, initially, it was a possibility.
And when you saw John O'Keefe at the hospital, a big contusion above the right eye, right?
That is not correct.
A big egg just above the right eye?
That is not correct.
You did not see that?
His eyelids were swollen, not above his eye. And it wasn't a contusion.
Two different paramedics, so they saw what they described as an egg above his right eye. Well, let me ask you differently. Did you speak to any paramedics?
Yes.
Did they describe an egg above his right eye?
I'd have to see a report to actually be described as an egg above his right eye.
Did you notice a laceration at his right eye?
His right eyelid did have a tiny, tiny laceration.
Did you see a small laceration on his nose?
A tiny, tiny laceration, yes.
You noted that he didn't have any broken bones or fractures other than to his skull?
I did not know that. I didn't conduct x-rays or conduct the autopsy. I'm not a medical professional.
You didn't ask the doctors at the time you went and visited him and saw him in the hospital whether or not he had broken bones or fractures?
I don't believe they reported that.
And another factor that you considered was the fact that in the early morning hours of January 29th, 2022, around 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., there were no taillight pieces found at that location. Zero. You consider that?
At what point?
On January 29th. Can you say 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m.? Consider that?
Once we learned that there was damage to the defendant's right rear taillight, I could only consider at that point because I didn't know what I didn't know.
Right.
We don't know. We don't know. We work with the evidence that's presented and we develop the investigation.
And the evidence that was presented at that time, Sergeant, was a leaf blower was used to search the area, the exact area that you described to this jury as being the area around fire hydrant, flagpole, John Ford's was, and no taillight material was found at all in the first searches. You're aware of that, yes or no?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, you're also aware that no taillight material was found until after that SUV was in Massachusetts State Police custody and sitting at the center court in Kent. Correct?
I believe the first taillight piece was found after it was in our custody. I don't know the exact time. I'd have to see it.
When you talked to Brian Higgins, did you ask Brian Higgins about potentially seeing John's body when he left 34 Fairview and headed over to Canton PD?
Yes, I did.
You knew that at that time, say 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, there was about 0.2 of an inch of dusting of snow, right? Very light.
At that point in time, there was a coating. I cannot speak to the amount of snow that was on the ground.
But Brian Higgins told you in that interview that he didn't see the body because it was hidden on a snowbank.
Yes.
Did he say that to you?
I don't have a memory of that, Your Honor.
Yes. take a look at page 3, the highlighted portion. If you don't mind. May I approach? Yes. Does that refresh your recollection that Brian Higgins said something about a snowbank at the time when he left 34 Fairview?
He stated the reason he did not pay attention to the grass is he was concerned with his snowplow on his vehicle and was not paying attention to anything over the snowbank, just with the plow in front of him as he operated the vehicle.
And of course, you knew at the time, as a detective and an investigator, you knew at the time that with his testing the snow, there is no snow. Yeah.
He mentioned plowing the driveway for the Alberts before when he arrived. So there might have been coding and he was just plowing it and then creating a line. I cannot speak to how much snow was actually being plowed with the dusting that was on the ground. So there might have been a small snowbank. Again, he was referencing it. He was not paying attention to anything behind the snowbank. So behind it.
Actually, he said the lawn.
Yeah,
Sorry. We talked about the snowbank being in the lawn. Not the right. That's what you're saying.
he said he was not paying attention to anything past the snowbank being the lawn.
And did not pay too much attention to the lawn area behind the snowbank. Correct?
Right. Off the
Unmuted. I had the same question because some people were saying later, but Law and Crime and a couple of other feeds, I think, it has it scheduled. They're going to start their stream in like 4 minutes. So what the fuck is going on? Let me double check.
to that area. Right.
Did that raise any suspicions in your mind that Brian Higgins may have been being less than truthful with you?
No.
Getting back to the Waterfall Bar and Grill, you were also aware that Brian Albert was at the Waterfall, correct?
At one point, yes, we learned that.
And you knew that Brian Albert and Brian Higgins were friends with each other. Is that right?
We learned that as well, yes.
You've already indicated that you did not seek Brian Higgins' phone records. I may have asked you this, and if I did, I apologize. Did you seek Brian Albert's phone records or an extraction from his phone?
No, we did not.
Did you look at the entirety of the Waterfall video? Did you review the entirety of the Waterfall video when you first obtained it? Or have you looked at it since?
I have at one point or another viewed the entire video, yes.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, this has already been marked as evidence, but I cannot read it. Exhibit 22.
Okay.
Maybe exhibit that for the, or present that for the jurors.
Yes.
And I'm asked to advance this to runtime 8:30 to about 11:08, so a couple of minutes with the court's permission.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and play that. Can we pause it briefly, Mr. Wilk?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Can you please, if you can, point to the jurors whether or not you see Brian Higgins in that video?
I'll use the screen in front of me for initial indication. I believe that is Brian Higgins right there.
Can you do me a favor, just so everybody has a perspective? Can you also point to him there? Okay.
There you go, right there. I believe that is Brian Higgins.
Okay. Do you see Brian Albert in that video?
I can't tell you exactly. Maybe if you run it a little bit longer, or zoom it in, I could possibly tell you. But from right here, right now, I cannot.
Sergeant, why don't we play this for a couple of seconds? And if you don't mind, if you get to a point where you recognize the person that you know is Brian Albert, could you just tell me to stop and I'll pause it?
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead and play it with the court's permission. Sure. Can you pause it? Go ahead, Sergeant.
Brian Albert is the individual right there. Right there.
Can you describe what Brian Albert and, by the way, for the record, Your Honor, the witnesses indicated the person toward the left, right under the 29 on the Kyron on top, the 29?
Yes.
Can you describe what you see the two individuals, Brian Albert and Brian Higgins, doing in this scene?
It looks like they are facing each other, possibly squaring off in the stands.
Can we go ahead and play this forward, please? Can we pause it? Sergeant, did you see either of the two men or both of them?
Oh shit, boys. Oh shit, boys. Oh shit, boys and girls. Listen, this is the part in the last trial. I don't know if you recall. This is the part where Matt McCabe giggles, looking like fat John Travolta. He giggles and he's like, we're just playing some grab ass. Those guys, they're playing grab ass. He said grab ass. So fun. So fun, that Matt McCabe. Just being silly. Just doing, it's just locker room grab ass. We're just grabbing each other's fucking dicks off. Like, what, dude? I thought he was going to get real graphic for a moment. He's like, yeah, just grab ass. And then we go in the bag. We kiss a little. That's what I'm saying. Michael and Lizzie Proctor's babies are literally so cute and small. And I hate that this is how they live now. Collateral down. I know, me too. Dude, Yuri's kids are so fucking cute. And I'm not going to listen. I just happened to see them when I was looking for Yuri's Twitter, but don't bother his wife and kids. The kids are fucking adorable. They're cute little baby angels. They don't deserve any of this. His wife, honestly, I mean, his family looks like my aunt and her kids. So I am biased and I'm like, just leave them alone. But also in general, look, these people can be they might fucking hate Yuri. You know what I mean? Or they love him. They don't see that side of him. And then it's sad. So either way, it's sad. So let's just leave them alone. But they're fucking adorable, cute little kids. All of them have cute little bitty kids. Except the little Colin, the one that kicks rabbits around a house, dead ass rabbits. Fuck that kid.
Bring off in what you would consider to be a fighting stance.
I guess it could be considered that. I would look more like roughhousing. Just a couple of buddies messing around.
Not suggesting they were actually fighting, but a fighting stance.
Yeah, no, they were not fighting, no.
Go ahead and play it.
True, they will grow up one day, but for now, let's let them be kids,
Can you pause it? Sergeant, do you happen to see in this shot, just for orientation, do you see my client, Ms. Reed?
I'm sorry, I was paying attention to the two gentlemen.
That's fair. That's kind of an unfair question. Could you, if we play this a few more seconds, could you look around, scan around, and tell me if you see someone that you believe is my client?
Yes, I will try.
Let's go ahead and play it. Pause it. Do you see anybody that looks like Ms. Reed?
Yes, I believe she's in top right corner of the frame talking to Mr. O'Keefe and I believe two other gentlemen.
Long hair?
On your client?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go ahead and play this up to 11:08, please. Is that up to 11:08? Okay, thank you. We can take that one down briefly. This is, if we have the lights, thank you. Sergeant, this is at the waterfall just before midnight on January 29th, 2022, correct? What you just saw.
That footage is from the waterfall just before midnight on 28th.
I'm sorry, my mistake. On the January 28th, 2022.
Correct.
Going into midnight, January 29th, 2022.
Yes, sir.
All right. This would be just minutes before everyone headed out of the waterfall and went back towards Fairview, correct?
Not everyone. The band didn't go to the Fairview.
Well,
Dude, he's Spider-Man. Your nephew thinks he's Spider-Man and Sonic the Hedgehog. So he's Spider-Hog, dude. You got to call him Spider-Hog and see what he says. Yeah, dinks. Dinks. What a great word. Last 24, thank you. Having dinks at the waterfall. Mandio.
obviously, I'm not talking about the band or the bartenders. I'm talking about Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, Jen McCabe, Matt McCabe, John O'Keefe, Karen Reed, those folks. Correct?
It's before some of those individuals left the bar and headed to 34 Fairview.
If we could push to runtime 16:35, 17:22, while you're queuing that up, did you see, after I asked you the initial time about the stance that the two men were taking, Brian Albert and Brian Higgins, did you see them continue to take what could be reasonably described as a fighting stance toward each other, even in jest?
They were squaring off and roughhousing, yeah.
Okay, what does squaring off mean?
Facing an opponent in like wrestling or a martial art, I guess.
Hands up?
No, that's not. It's not called squaring. What did he say? Squaring off? It's called locking up, sir. How fucking dare you?
Yes, squaring off. Yeah.
It literally has one word in wrestling. There is, like, you would actually get suspended in the WWE for saying that. It is literally get into the lockup position. That's like saying it's not a tap out, it's a bang with your hand. No. You son of a fucking bitch. All right? It's not a belt, it's a fucking title, you fucking nimwit.
You are former military?
Yes.
And current law enforcement?
Yes.
Is hand-to-hand fighting taught in both military and paramilitary organizations like law enforcement?
I had hand-to-hand combat training in the Marine Corps. I had defensive tactics in law enforcement capacity in the Marine Corps, federal, local, and state academies.
Are you aware that Brian Albert is former military?
Objection. Oh. I am aware that Brian Albert is former military.
And Brian Albert was also a Boston police officer?
I am aware of that as well, yes.
Are you aware that Brian Higgins was former military and a combat veteran?
Now I am, yes.
And are you aware that Brian Higgins, at the time this video was taken, was also a federal law enforcement agent?
I was aware, yes. I was.
Okay. If we can go ahead and run at 16:35 to 17:22 with the court's permission.
Okay.
Oh shit. Bella's mom is here. Okay, guys. Well, that's been the show. We gotta go. I'm just fucking with you. Bella's mom. What the shit? Welcome. That ain't Doogie Howser, but I do think that's a kid who won American Idol, Scotty something. Pretty sure. AJ is a Marine. Well, he's from Texas. I'm pretty sure they require it here. Like how they made BTS join the Korean military. That's the guy from Big Bang Theory. Young Sheldon? How dare you? You're a dick. You know what? Booter mods. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, Bella's mom? We're watching the end of Bukhenik's testimonials for the judge. And then we will watch Trial. Mock trial with Judge Beverly. Yeah, that's Scotty McCreery. Baby, lock them no and turn the lights down low. Beverly's Court is on the radio. That kid, what happened to him? Wouldn't it be funny if Scotty McCreery, whatever, went off the fucking rails and just started Bam Margera? I'm sorry.
If you can pause it. Can you describe for the jurors what you see Brian Albert and Brian Higgins doing in this footage?
Based on
hey, tell him to let me back. I'm just kidding.
On my understanding, it looks like he's giving him the Heimlich maneuver or abdominal thrust, I guess. I don't know what he's doing.
Brian Albert's got his hand.
It really drives you insane. They were doing and this was where we was doing the time warp. It was just a bunch of guys and we get together, we get drunk, we do the time warp again. You ever heard of it?
Hands around Brian Higgins, correct?
That's what it looks like from here. I have no idea what he's doing.
Could it be described as wrestling or grappling?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and play.
They're just doing a little of the old will they, won't they? I don't see a problem with that part. I don't get why everyone freaks out over that part because it's like these are clearly two men just ready to kiss.
Thank you. If we can take that down. During the course of reviewing this video, or the entirety of the video, not just the clips that you just reviewed, did you see where John O'Keefe was, generally speaking, relative to Brian Higgins and Brian Albert?
Throughout the entire time?
He wasn't standing still, I understand that, but generally, was he standing with them or was he closer to the bar?
Exactly, Bella's mom. And that's why I'm furious that he didn't say lock up. Because then I believe they were wrestling. Because what is wrestling, Bella's mom? It is telling a story with two men's bodies.
In the back of the video.
I believe after Mr. O'Keefe arrived and embraced a few people with hugs, I guess if I had to estimate, most of the time he was on the other side of the table, which would be closest to the bar area.
And after you saw Mr. O'Keefe walk in and greet everybody with salutations, did you ever see him interacting with Brian Higgins and Brian Albert throughout the evening again? On this video?
On this video, I did not know.
I'd like to play one more clip, Your Honor, runtime 1915 to 1957, about 45 or 50 seconds. Can you pause it? Just to orient the jurors, can you see any individuals that you earlier described, Brian Higgins, Brian Albert, John O'Keefe, Karen Reed, any of those individuals in this clip as yet? Or do we need to play it a little further?
I would need you to play it a little bit further, please.
Is it possible, with the court's permission, to zoom in on the upper portion of the video? You could center that just a little bit toward the right. Other way. There we go. Thank you. And if we could go ahead and play that from 1915 to about 1957. Pause it. Do you recognize the three people center screen now?
I really can't make it out. I would have to be assuming, or guessing. I can't make it out to identify each individual.
Let's play it forward if we can. One more time. At this point, go ahead and pause it. At this point, can you make out any individuals?
Yes. Okay. At this point, I can say that looks like Brian Higgins in the middle of the three gentlemen.
What is he wearing?
It looks like a hooded sweatshirt.
Okay. And the person to his, sorry, let's do it from your perspective, or the juror's perspective. The person to the left of Brian Higgins?
I believe that's Brian Albert.
And the person to the right of Brian Higgins?
To the right from my perspective?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I believe that's Chris Albert, but I'm not positive. I'm not positive.
Stop. Did you see Brian Higgins just do something?
I was not paying attention to his gesture. We have to replay that, please.
Does it appear he's looking a particular direction?
He is looking in a particular direction based on that frame, yes.
Is that toward the bar area?
It's in that direction. I don't know exactly where he's looking, whether he's looking at the bar, to the right of the bar. I can't tell from this.
Okay. And John O'Keefe, you indicated earlier that John O'Keefe, that's where you saw him most of the video, toward the bar area, to the right of the bar.
If you scroll to push the screen to the right, I can tell you where Mr. O'Keefe is.
With the court's permission.
Yes.
Do you see Mr. O'Keefe in that group of people?
I cannot make him out. Could you play the video? Maybe he is behind an individual.
Let's go back to, with the court's permission, I'd like to go back to the full video, and let's play it from here.
Yes, I do know that. And also, in the years he went, there is a very strong, if not definite possibility that he studied under the guy who started the Children of God cult. So that's interesting.
You pause it. Could you see what was happening with Brian Higgins?
He was gesturing to someone. I was trying to see Mr. O'Keefe. We were talking about Mr. O'Keefe, so I apologize.
Understood. With the court's permission, could I play the video one more time with it focused on the other side of the bar?
Okay.
Thank you. Last time.
Can you tell me who to focus on, please,
Yes.
so I'm not looking for the wrong person?
Sure. Pause it. Do you see John O'Keefe there?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can you point to where he is for the jurors, please, on both television?
Mr. O'Keefe is right there wearing the sweatshirt, multi-tone gray sweatshirt with the hood on it and his hat.
And
this
the TV?
right there. He appears to be at the bar paying the bill.
Okay. With this perspective, could we just go ahead and play that the 30 or 45 seconds one more time? And then please focus on Mr. O'Keefe. Pause it. Do you see where Mr. O'Keefe is looking at this point?
Yes.
Where is he looking? What direction?
Well, from this vantage point, it looks like he's looking to the left on the screen at the individual he appears to be conversing with.
Okay. Go ahead and play it. Pause it. And what about now?
Same individual. He's still engaged in conversation.
Pause it. And what about now?
He's taking a sip of beer.
Right. Which direction is he looking?
In the same direction.
Okay. Go ahead and play it. And go ahead and pause it. We can go back out to the full screen. At this point, does it appear in the video that Brian Higgins, Brian Albert, Chris Albert have all left the bar?
There's someone standing across the table from Mr. O'Keefe to his rear. I don't know who that is, so I can't testify to that the others have left.
Given this perspective, now that we've seen both of them zoomed, do you have an opinion as to whether or not it appeared that Mr. Higgins was gesturing toward John O'Keefe just before he left the bar?
Given this perspective, he might have been. I don't know who he was gesturing at.
Okay. We can have the lights up. Take that down. I want to change gears for a second. Let me ask one more series of questions, if I could. Sergeant, what we just seen was literally Brian Albert, Brian Higgins leaving Waterfall to go to a different location. What was the location they were headed to? Based on your investigation.
They were heading to 34 Ferry Road.
And shortly thereafter, who else followed to go over 34 Ferry?
I'm sorry, you said Chris Albert?
No, I didn't.
No, we didn't. Okay.
No.
Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, they went to 34 Fairview, and then Mr. O'Keefe also traveled there.
Thank you. I want to shift gears, if I could, to another video. Did you review certain ring videos, specifically relative to One Meadows, the outdoor ring video servicing the carport area?
Yes, I have reviewed those videos.
If we could, Your Honor. This has previously been marked as 12A. If we could, with the court's permission, zoom in on the Chevy Traverse in the upper left-hand, the vehicle in the upper left-hand corner of the video.
Okay.
Pause it. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the upper left-hand corner. Okay. Go ahead and play. Pause. Did you see anything happen with the left rear tire of the other car in the driveway?
Which car are you talking about?
The highlighted portion, the parked car, which is the left rear tire that's zoomed in on.
I wasn't paying attention to the tire. Can you play it again, please?
With the court's permission?
Okay.
Let's try that one more time. Pause it. Okay, you can take that down. Did you see anything happen with that left rear tire of the Chevy Traverse?
Based on that video, it appears there might have been movement there.
Last year, and you've seen this video several times, correct?
I have.
You saw it during the course of your investigation, not just in the course of proceedings, correct?
Right.
Last year, you indicated that you observed the vehicle, Ms. Reed's vehicle, come near Mr. O'Keefe's car. Which one in that video was Mr. O'Keefe's car?
The Chevy Traverse.
And that would be the car that was parked and static, not moving, correct?
Correct.
Having seen this, do you still believe that the SUV came near the Chevy Traverse, or do you believe it struck the Chevy Traverse?
With the clarity of that video, there is a lot of movement in the shot. Not with great certainty. It appeared that there was movement of the tire, but I cannot say with 100% certainty there was movement.
You can't say with 100% certainty that that tire literally shifted and wiggled upon some sort of impact.
Based on the video, it appeared to have been movement.
Okay. You had this video for the first 3 years of your investigation. You had this video very early on, correct?
That's correct.
And for the first several years of your investigation, did you either deny, well, let me ask it this way. Was it your assessment that the SUV did not contact that Chevy Traverse?
My assessment with the totality of it all was that based on the video, there was no damage that occurred to either vehicle at that point in time.
That wasn't my question. Sergeant, my question was your assessment that there was no contact between the two vehicles? Is that what you assessed in the course of your investigation?
I did not assess that there was no contact, no.
Even as recently as last year, you testified in another proceeding that the SUV came close to the Chevy Traverse, right?
Yes, I said there's a lot of movement in that shot. It's difficult to tell if there was more for me to observe and push that certainty level up. I would have testified differently.
As you've seen the video enhanced, zoomed in on, do you wish to amend that testimony from last year?
Ask a different question.
Sure. Given what you've just seen, what is your testimony now about whether or not that SUV struck the Chevy Traverse?
There is movement of the tire. There is movement.
Of the tire. Could be earthquake, could be someone standing there pushing it. I'm asking you, based on what you just saw in this video, do you believe that the SUV struck the Chevy Traverse?
Logically speaking, the two vehicles had to have come into contact for the tire to move.
They have to have collided, correct?
At a slow speed, yes.
Which area of the SUV collided with the Chevy Traverse? The front, the rear?
It appears from the video it's the right rear area of the Lexus SUV that comes into contact with the Traverse.
What time was this video taken?
I believe that is at 5:07 a.m., if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you, Sergeant. I want to change gears again, if I could, and ask you about a dog. You're aware that the Alberts, Nicole Albert, Brian Albert, had a dog that they named Chloe on on January 28th, 29th of 2022, correct?
I'll allow the question. Are you aware of that?
At what point in time, sir?
January 28th, 29th, that area.
Was I aware that they owned a dog on January 28th or 29th?
No. Are you aware now that on January 28th or 29th, they owned a dog? There was a dog in the house.
Now I am aware, yes.
Okay. During the course of your investigation, you learned that, correct?
Yes.
During the course of your investigation, did you also become aware that the Alberts got rid of their family dog?
Objection.
I'm going to see you at sidebar in this case.
Sure. I think I forgot where I left off. May I, Your Honor? Thank you. Sergeant, at some point during the course of your investigation, did you learn that the Albert family had gotten rid of the dog named Chloe?
We learned that they no longer cared for the dog. I don't know if get rid of is accurate.
Well, they don't have it anymore, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what would you call it?
Giving it up for adoption, I guess? I don't know. I'm not a pet owner.
What if they didn't give it up for adoption?
I'm sorry?
What if they didn't give it up for adoption?
Rehomed, I guess?
Okay. So it's no longer with them, right?
Correct. They no longer own the dog.
Okay, so they got rid of it. It's like you get rid of a car, right? Right?
You can get rid of a car, yeah.
Okay. And you can get rid of a dog. That's all I'm asking.
Yes, you can get rid of a dog, yes.
Okay. At some point during the course of your investigation, did you find out that the Albert family got rid of Chloe?
We learned that they no longer own Chloe, yes.
Okay. When did you learn that?
I cannot tell you exactly. I can tell you.
Yo, Jason has a great point. What if the Muslim gay baby doggies guy took Chloe? Jen McCabe sent Chloe, when she said Vermont, she meant Iraq. Oh my God. That guy probably has a TikTok video holding up an old German Shepherd going, "This is my baby doggy."
When we looked into it officially.
When did you look into it officially?
I traveled to the dog's home and assisted with identifying the dog. And
okay, I traveled to the dog's home. We got one guy tracking cats. We got this guy fucking traveling to dog homes. We got another guy prosecuting ducks, baby ducks, little baby rubber ducks. Is this the literal animal farm? This is an animal farm in the Sacco and Vanzetti court. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Investigating that animal.
Okay. What documentation did you use to identify that animal?
It was veterinary records.
I was talking about veterinary records from whom? From the Albert family?
I did not get any veterinary records from the Albert family.
The veterinary records that you did get were veterinary records that had been utilized with the Albert name? Where the veterinary records?
The veterinary records were with the vet that's caring for the dog and also owns the dog now.
Okay.
And those records also had been dated prior to when the dog was owned by the Alberts.
Okay. So other than some veterinary records that, and by the way, the dog's not even named Chloe, correct?
The new owners renamed the dog, yes.
Cora?
That's correct.
And the new owners did not get that dog from Brian and Nicole Albert, did they?
No, they did not.
They got it from a separate person. Is that right?
That is correct.
Separate person named Riley?
That's her last name, yes.
And did this person Riley have any records showing purchase of Chloe or adoption of Chloe from the Albert?
No.
You did write a report about the newest owner of this animal, this dog, correct?
I documented my trip to the location and the steps I took and services I provided in the investigation.
And in that report, you omitted the name of the new owner?
I'm not sure.
Did you omit the location of where you actually came in contact with this animal?
You're going to have to show me my report, and I don't remember.
Yes.
Okay, I apologize about that.
No problem.
The one slowing us down just a little bit. May I approach?
Yes.
This, reviewing your report, refresh your recollection as to whether or not the new owner's identifying information is in this report?
It did.
And is that information in the report?
No, it is not.
You've got, there are some veterinary records that you supplied along with your report, correct?
Yes.
Which you gathered?
I'm sorry, what was
Which you
it?
gathered along while you were doing
Yes, yes.
May I approach?
Yes.
Thank you.
If you'll take a look at those 4 documents. Do those appear to be the veterinary records that you gathered related to this animal?
Yes, it does.
Do any of those records, any of the veterinary records, the 4 pages that you're holding, even include the name Cora or the name of the...
Oh my God. Chloe, you can be what you like because you're a dog. Chloe is LGBTQ TV candidate.
new owner?
I browsed through it, and no, it does not appear that Cora or the new owner are included in any of these 4 pages.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't have any transfer records for Chloe, correct?
All the records are provided by the owner.
I'm going to go through a series of questions, Sergeant. If you can answer it yes or no, that might make it go a little faster. You don't have any transfer records, correct?
I wouldn't know what it looks like. That's why it's even quicker me telling you that that's all the records that I have.
Okay. I want to answer my question. You don't have any transfer records.
I don't know what a transfer record would look like, so I can't. I don't know.
Okay. You don't have any rehoming records.
I don't know.
You don't have any purchase records.
I don't know.
The only records you do have are those 4 pages of veterinary records that don't have the name Cora and don't have the new owner's name. Correct?
That's correct.
You would agree, shifting gears for a second, that timely report writing obviously is an important aspect of any investigation, correct?
It is important, but we can only write reports as feasibly and possibly we're capable of doing. Sometimes investigations are rapid, so you can't write a report. You take notes, and some time goes by before you actually document the information on an official report. The information's there, it's gathered, it's maintained by the investigator, it's shared, it's acted on at times, but the official reports might take some time to write.
So obviously, if you're, like you said, things are fast moving in an investigation. It might be that you interview a witness on Tuesday, you're super busy on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It might be Friday before you can even sit down and draft a report about that interview that you did on Tuesday, correct?
Hello, Julie.
Different circumstances to take different.
That would be completely normal.
Yes, it is.
But most of the time, it's best practices that you're taught, and you teach your subordinates, it's best practices to reduce to writing and memorialize a report as close in time to the event in question that's being memorialized as you can, right? Perfectly.
In a perfect world, we'd write it as it's happening.
Are you aware that more than 20 official police reports in this case were not recorded for more than 100 days from the time that the event in question was done, was being memorialized?
I did not know the exact date and delay.
Are you aware that there are 11 reports that are more than 300 days from the time of the event that was being memorialized?
I was not aware, no.
Are you aware that there are 3 reports that are more than 400 days from the time?
This is my impression of dog teeth. You can't see me, but I'm just standing really still, and I have a pointy head.
Of the event that was being memorialized?
I am not aware, no.
Are you aware that there are 4 reports that are more than 500 days from the time of the event that's being memorialized?
I am not aware, no.
Are you aware that the longest delay of any report in this investigation was 581 days?
I am not aware of that, no.
You became aware early on in your investigation of 2 individuals named Ricky D'Antano and Heather Maxon, correct?
They are witnesses, yes.
Both Ricky D'Antano and Heather Maxon, you learned, were outside 34 Fairview in the early morning hours of January 29th, correct?
We did learn within our investigation.
Learned, Sergeant, very early on in that investigation because you interviewed Ryan Nagel in February of 2022. It's just days after the event, correct?
I'm not sure of the exact date.
Obviously, as you just said, you became aware that Ricky D'Antano and Heather Maxon were witnesses in your homicide investigation, important witnesses. You'd agree, correct?
They were witnesses.
You learned that they arrived at the house at 34 Fairview sometime after Karen Reed and John O'Keefe arrived and pulled up behind their parked SUV, correct?
Objection.
I'm going over that.
Can you repeat that, please?
Sure. You learned that where they fit into the investigative puzzle is that they pulled up behind Karen Reed Karen Reed's SUV, when Karen Reed and John O'Keefe arrived at 34 Fairview, they pulled up sometime after that and pulled up right behind them, correct?
That's not correct.
What is not correct about that?
They arrived simultaneously. Karen Reed took a right onto Fairview. They yielded to them and followed towards 34 Fairview, stopping at the driveway as Karen Reed proceeded further up.
Did you listen to the testimony in this case up to this point?
No.
There's a sequestration order, correct? Correct?
Yes, yes.
So you can't listen to the testimony of witnesses, eyewitnesses who are testifying in front of these jurors.
Correct, yes.
You don't know how witnesses have testified from that witness box in front of these jurors, correct?
I have no idea.
Okay. So your information is that they pulled up simultaneously, correct?
Yes.
Is that what you just testified?
That's my memory from what the interview produced.
You certainly knew that there were eyewitnesses to the condition and the location of Miss Reed's SUV, correct?
Yes, yes, from their interviews, yes.
And you also are aware that they would have been in a position to see the occupants of Miss Reed's SUV as they were behind it and then pulled around it, correct?
Objection.
Did you become aware that they were in a position behind the SUV and as they pull around it, they could still see the SUV?
Objection.
You knew what potential role they played in your investigation as eyewitnesses, correct? General?
When we interviewed them, when we learned of their existence, when we interviewed them, we collected information based on their recollection.
Okay. My question was, you're aware that they had a certain perspective as it relates to the SUV that night?
Based on their interviews, they had a perspective with the brake light being on constantly.
I'm asking what they said. I'm asking you if during the course of your investigation you learned that Ricky D'Antonio and Heather Maxson had a perspective. They were eyewitnesses to certain things.
Yes.
Relative to the SUV.
Yes.
You instructed your subordinate, Michael Proctor, to interview those witnesses in August of 2022, correct?
I'm not sure when they were interviewed. I don't have a memory of instructing him to go interview them.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Thank you.
You take a look at that document and tell me if you, but why don't you just tell me if that, whether or not that refreshes your recollection as to communications you had with Michael Proctor specifically. Thank you, Sergeant. Does that refresh your recollection as to a conversation, or I'm sorry, a communication that you had with Michael Proctor?
Unfortunately, it does not. I will take the document at face value. I do not have a memory of having these communications, but I will take the document if it's authentic and it is true and accurate that it took place. But I don't have a memory of sending these text messages.
Yes.
Also, my name's misspelled in there. Is that from the extraction, or where is that from?
Couldn't tell you. Let me.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I can't take credit for that. If your memory is not refreshed about that particular communication, do you remember in general communicating with Michael Proctor about interviewing Ricky D'Antonio and Heather Maxson?
I do not know. I'm sorry.
Would that have been something that you would have found important relatively early on in the investigation? That these are eyewitnesses. Let's get them there.
Yes, it is. It is important to interview anyone that's an eyewitness. Sometimes it takes longer because. Are you listening? I'm sorry.
Thanks.
You asked the question. I just want to answer.
I know the answer to my question.
Okay. So while we want to interview every eyewitness, sometimes an important fact is already detailed and witnessed by another witness. So in this situation, we had already interviewed one of the occupants, the one that was driving, the one that had the observed the events taking place. And we asked him if we were going to talk to the other two, would they have the same recollection, observations? Did they leave the vehicle to go in the house at all? Anything like that? Anything different? So that's...
Okay, so it would be important, obviously, to interview witnesses in a timely manner.
In some instances, yes. Yes.
Do you remember when Mr. Proctor actually interviewed Ricky D'Antonio and I'm sorry, when Michael Proctor interviewed Ricky D'Antonio and Heather Maxson? I
do not have a memory of that. No, I'm sure a report would indicate when.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
negative spoken. So I did take a look at that. I thought that was a report from somebody else. It's a report from you, actually. Tell me if that refreshes your recollection as to when Ricky D'Antonio was actually interviewed.
Yes, this report, authored by me, was states that on Saturday, September 2nd, he was interviewed.
What year?
2023.
So that would have been a year and a half later, correct?
Yes.
Do you believe that's a timely report, or rather a timely interview for an eyewitness, the gravity of which is described in the report?
We again, perfect ideal world scenario, it would be quicker.
So that would be, not no excuses, I'm not going too far, but that would be untimely. Okay? Year and a half later.
We do the best we can.
You indicated that your memory was that the cars arrived simultaneously. That's what they interviewed with Ricky D'Antonio. You see the highlighted portion?
I see.
Ricky D'Antonio actually told you the car was parked, correct?
Objection. The objection sustained.
Sorry, maybe approach it.
Yes, can I see that, please?
Mayor, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. Isn't it true that when you interviewed Ricky D'Antonio, he indicated that upon their arrival at the home, 3430, quote, a dark-colored SUV was parked in front of the home facing up towards Chapter Street. That's what it said, right?
That's what the report indicates for Ricky's interview, yes.
And in fact, you wrote this report based on Ricky's interview.
I wrote that report, yes.
Thank you. Your Honor, I'm just about to
Why don't we come to sidebar nothing?
Sure.
All right. Well. I think that's it. Hold on one second. I'm going to pop this out. I'm going to pop this out real quick. I'm going to pop this out. All right. So I'm thinking that we're going to probably, that's it. That's it for that day. I'm going to probably put on, I'm going to put on Gospel Bill's Easter special and possibly some Marcus. Okay. Well, Dad tries to figure out some internal workings of YouTube, but I do think trial is about to start soon. So that's pretty cool. Let me play this for you guys while I find who's got a good stream of it, okay? Who's got a good stream of the trial? Here we go. There we are. This is the trial. I'm just kidding. We'll play this until trial starts.
Featuring Gospel Bill, Nicodemus, Bartimaeus, Miss Lana, and special guest David Ingalls. And now here's the sheriff, Gospel Bill.
Well, howdy, and welcome to Gospel Bill's Easter Special. I'll tell you what, we're going to have fun celebrating the most exciting event that's ever happened in the history of all mankind. Talking about the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
It's hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. And then the boys. Praise ye the Lord. And then the girls again. Hallelujah.
Jesus Christ, is that fucking DMX? Who the fuck is in this? Okay, I do have the Long Crime Network feed has Karen walking into court as we speak. But I figured, I don't know. I think you guys need Gospel Billy right now. Yeah, you need this.
Hallelujah, 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 boys. Praise ye the Lord. That's good, that's good.
But there's something special about Jesus. There's something really special about him. Yep, he is God's son. I'm glad we became his disciples, John. This is great. This is great.
Bye.
Some days I just don't like being a soldier. Don't let these crucifixions get to you. But this one does. I don't know why, but I don't think that guy is supposed to be up on that cross. You're just superstitious. You really don't believe he's the son of God, do you? I don't know. I've been thinking about that. He's just a magician.
I lay my hands on Gospel Bill in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and I say, live. I say, death, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Live, Gospel Bill. Live in the name of Jesus.
Gospel Bill is dead.
Dead?
Yeah.
Well, how do you know that, Nicodemus?
Oh, Miss Lana, there's this fella that was wearing his hat, and he said he shot him out on the prairie, and Miss Lana, Gospel Bill is dead.
Hello, Mary.
Jesus, it's you! It is you! But you're alive, Jesus! I mean...
Mary, I have risen from the grave.
Oh, that's wonderful, Jesus! That's wonderful!
Gospel Bill, I sure am glad you're back. I sure am.
Bartimaeus, it's a sore arm, you flea bag. Don't do that.
Gospel Bill, I'm sorry, Gospel Bill.
Oh, that's all right, Bartimaeus. Just kind of watch it, okay?
Yeah.
Did he say Barkamidius? Oh my God, this woman's hair. What the fuck? She's going to show up and be like, I used to date John too.
Well, everything just turned out great.
Jesus was raised from the dead, and the devil and all of his forces were embarrassed because they
Oh my God. Oh my God, it's Julie Nagel with a boy cut.
were beaten.
Howdy, I'm Mark Allen, and welcome to the world of trick and fancy roping, lesson 2. Joining us today are the two young fellows you've seen in those clips, Angelo Iadisi. Hi, Mark. And John Giannotti Jr.
How you doing, Mark? You take it and you spin and you go faster and faster and you build out more loop. And you just want to get this nice, even. And now you're going to have to spin the rope in your hand until you start doing the Texas skip, which then you can hold on to it.
Well, that's real pretty, Angelo. If you'd like more information on trick
That's real pretty, Angelo.
and fancy roping, I'd like to recommend the following videos.
As always, you can go to This is what I think about daily after reading the Discord.
What a great town. Beautiful, prosperous.
Hey, maybe they even got a batting cage.
You would want a batting cage. Nice restaurant.
Hey, how about you buy me
Beverly Canoni calls her pussy the batting cage.
Lunch. Nice restaurant. Nice ceremony.
Yeah.
Did you ever win an award?
No.
I didn't think so.
Looks like the American dream, doesn't it?
More like the American nightmare.
Things definitely go.
The American Nightmare, that's Cody Rhodes. Oh my God, that's Cody Rhodes.
Better with Coke.
You see how the peer pressure works? You think it was just invented? When I was in high school, you couldn't chug-a-lug a pint of booze, you were nothing.
They've all been doing it for years.
Oh, Jonah, man. I knew you'd show. All right. All right. No problem.
Look, I can't pay you in cash, but I can give you this jewelry.
Yeah, and I think it's really valuable because her mother... Maybe we can work something out. Why don't you come over to my house? Get lost. Hey, what the hell? It's better than ripping off your mom, right?
Damn.
I gotta talk to you. I got a problem. And, I don't know what to do. I'm in trouble.
What kind of trouble?
It's drugs.
The dad just drinks. The dad just takes a huge drink. It's drugs. And the dad's like, well, he just drinks all the alcohol in the house. Good. This is actually exactly how the Nagels party. I'm not even kidding. Also, real quick, before we've got 10 minutes to kill. We learned how to do tricking. We learned how to do tricking and fancy roping. Okay. We learned that. So I am thinking, hold on. I want to add one thing after that. Perfect. Add that to my QU. Is it QU? It's fine. All right, there. And then we're going to have plenty of time for all the gabagool. All right. I got the Karen Reed murder trial pulled up right here. And when we have 2 minutes till trial starts, you will be getting your mini mall. Okay? Because you kids have been really good. And I guess we're going to watch the trial today. I don't know how far we're going to get. Also, I'm doing that thing where I'm going to be I'm going to see how low I can go. I think every day I'm going to get an inch lower until I'm just totally out of frame. Okay, here you go. Back to the.
You are really getting weird.
I can't see you anymore.
Bastard, you goddamn wimp!
How about a drink? Sure. Come on. I'll buy you a soda.
Marcus, I told you can't come into work.
How have you been?
I'm good, Marcus, but I really don't think you should come into my job. I'm no offense, but everywhere you go
here
is
to make amends with the cartel.
The cartel? Marcus,
they've taken Jimbo James.
Who is Jimbo James? Who is Jimbo James?
Don't shoot
Marcus,
me,
what are you
stop.
doing?
Don't shoot me, stop.
Hey, do you guys mind? All right, I'm trying to. I'm listen.
Tried putting this thing in my anus.
I'm sorry.
Marcus, please. Marcus, please.
It didn't work.
We need to talk. All right, Marcus. I can't have you showing up to work, man.
I wonder if they have hemorrhoid cream around here.
We do. We have it. Would you like me to take you to the... Where are you going? Would you like me to take you to the aisle, Marcus? It's not your size. It's not your size.
What the fuck?
What do you mean, what the fuck? Look, Marcus, all right? Whatever you need, we'll put in a cart. Look, no offense, but wherever you go is very accident prone. A lot of bad things happen when you're around, and I'm at work, and I really can't afford what you're inside of me, Marcus. I can't afford to get fired, all right? Look, I'll even give you a discount, all right? I'll give you an employee discount.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you need?
Jimbo James.
I don't know who Jimbo James is. Is there any reason to believe that Jimbo James can be inside this Kmart?
You don't understand what Jimbo James has done.
Okay. Look, I'll go around and
the cartel can't be reasoned with. I'm here to make amends.
Oh, okay. Look, do you want me to go over the intercom and ask if anyone's seen a Jimbo? Where are you going?
That rat.
What rat? Oh, there is a rat.
Hello, welcome to Kmart.
What's happening?
Robert, help.
What?
I just have a question. Our associates will be glad to help you anytime.
What happened? Excuse me. I'm going to have to ask you to leave, please. You didn't do anything. You just tripped over it. Hi, Marcus.
There's been numerous injuries.
What do you...
on the internet. Sweet.
What do you mean there's been multiple injuries? Marcus, please, Marcus, listen, we got to talk, all right? I really
Salted seasoning, Robert.
Marcus, look, I don't want to lose my job. Whatever you need, let's just go get it real quick. We'll get you out of here, in and out like a fast food. Are you touching me? In and out like a fast food restaurant. We'll get you out of here super fast, all right? What do you need, Marcus? You needed some cream or something? What else do you need?
options. You know, I'm not saying we can't. I'm not saying we.
We need to clean up my goopy sticky discharge.
Okay. That's no problem. All right. We have a janitor that does that. All right. Anything else you need?
You know, that's not too bad of an idea. Sounds like a deal, Mr. Stranger. I like the way you think.
Jimbo James.
Who is Jimbo James?
Yes, sir.
I don't think there's anyone here named Jimbo James.
He made a big nana with the cartel, Robert.
Okay, well, I don't really think that cartels hang out at Kmart. No offense. Where's he going? Guys, have you guys seen anyone named Jimbo James?
I haven't, but there is like 7 to 8 people trying to like apply for a job here.
Hey Marcus, I gotta get to work.
I'm not going in for an interview. I work here. I'm turned away.
Shoot this one.
Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me.
Marcus,
Please don't shoot me.
we don't need to. I'll ask him to leave the store. We really don't need to resort to violence.
Please don't shoot me. Don't make me leave. This is my only job. Please. I can't turn. Don't do that. This
Look,
is my
you
only
work here, okay?
job.
I need you to make sure that Marcus gets whatever he needs. All right. And that we get him out of here before the cartel comes here, okay? I'm gonna go do some interviews, okay? All right, Marcus, this guy's gonna take care of everything you need, all right? Is there something on the ceiling? What's he doing? Is he collapsing?
Look, he's not taking care of him. Take care of him. Probably you pissed him off.
Get up. Get up. I grab you. Get up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Marcus. I'm sorry.
You're fine, man. All right, I'm gonna go do those interviews now. All right, this guy's gonna take care of everything.
I'm going to fuck you.
Okay. Don't fuck me. Please
Look,
don't
Marcus,
Marcus, fuck me.
We're in a public setting, you know. I don't think we can do that here, Marcus.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's good. He understands.
I didn't mean it.
Oh, okay, it's just a joke, or
Don't shoot me. Stop. Whenever I go to you, stop trying to shoot me. Marcus, hold on.
yeah. Make sure he gets whatever he needs.
Coming through.
What? Why is Marcus in the office? You're supposed to be giving him what he needs to get him out of here.
We found a lead.
Jimbo James.
You found a lead to Jimbo James?
I've captured a cartel member, Robert.
What the hell is going on? Okay, I hate the fact that he might actually be onto something. Okay, what's going on, sir? With all due respect, what is happening here?
I am just here to help my friend to try to find a seance with milk. Remember? I don't know who you're talking about. Damn!
Where's Jimbo James?
I have never heard of any Jimbo James. What do you even mean, man? I'm not a part of any kind of
I'll
group.
get Mr. 50 number 2 out.
Wait, Marcus, are you sure this is the right guy? Are you like, what makes you think that this dude knows anything?
The guy.
Not really.
Oh. Sir, please, with all due respect, go run. Get out of here. Go.
Tickles your thigh.
Oh, wait, hold on, Marcus. Wait, Marcus.
How did you get in here?
Hey, man, all I can say is I roll in the...
Hello.
Hey, Marcus. I don't mean to be rude. You just kind of came out of nowhere. I was talking to my employees. You're doing rolls.
Sneaky.
No, that's very sneaky. Hey, Marcus. So you keep talking about your friends like Jimbo James and all them. Am I going to meet any of them anytime soon?
Though lurking within the mountains.
The mountains?
Sort this place as a safe haven. I know he's going to return.
Who's returning?
Jimbo James.
Why don't you bring him by sometime and I could get to know him?
Big Blinky Badinky Boo Boo Boppity Bop Bones.
Is that his nickname? No. Okay.
Kitty.
Kitty? You guys look really similar. You might be related.
Not possible.
You could never be related to that. Don't be rude, Marge. Why is that not possible? What are you doing to that barrel?
You're throwing it back.
I'm alone.
You're alone? Okay, but that doesn't mean you guys can't be related. I mean, I'm sure you
traveled alone.
Yeah.
It's a sad life, Robert Malecki.
I'm sorry to hear that, Marcus, but you got friends like me, right? But surely you have like a mom or a dad out there or something,
I
right?
give you a little kiss.
Oh, thanks. That one was on the lips. That was very wet. So do you have parents, Marcus? Any
My
parents?
mother is dead.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
The mafia got her.
The mafia?
Ma'am, I think you need one of those with paint.
We have ties with the Russians, Robert.
The Russians?
Okay, ties with the Russians.
The Russian mafia.
Are you talking me through your
We
legs?
got-
Okay.
we got 5 more minutes, but I think the trial. Let me double check this real quick. I'm gonna hit play and then let me go pull up my other playlist because I think the trial has started.
How old are you, Marcus?
Marcus,
Marcus, just ignore him.
42.
42.
You're 42? How long does your species
Good morning, Sassy. Good
usually
morning. The
live?
cartel. Good morning, Turd. Turd and Sassy
43.
popped in. Dude, we got Turd and Sassy in the house. Who else do we got? We got Tombstone. Okay, everybody's here. Sorry, I had to dip away. I did figure out. I'm gonna be honest. I figured out all my moderation. I think I get it now. And I need to contact Christina Rasmussen because she totally did accidentally get kicked. A lot of people that shit might have been my bad, y'all. A lot of people were on this list. And I think what happened was like if you tell someone or if someone says something fucking wild and we try to moderate it, I think sometimes, or maybe if we just push the wrong thing, those people get banned forever. So I just unbanned a bunch of people. Of course I kept, we kept Giardi at bay. But part of me was like, should I just unban all of them and just fucking, we just have a fight day? Everybody rumbles? You guys want to do everybody rumbles? What if I just, bring everyone out of the Grand Canyon, dude? Let's bring them all out. Like the White Walkers. Like I saw some old school ones, dude. Remember the poet? Oh, shit, dude. That shit would be crazy. He wasn't even aware of it. Okay, here we go. Oh, the Diddy trial is... Oh, fuck, Diddy trial is happening. What if we combine the two? We turn the sound off on one and put the video on the other. We could do that. Oh, wait, no, I loaded it on this playlist. It's going to be fine. No, you're not. Oh, wait, JG. Yes, JG Cruz. I think I took you off. You were. A bunch of people were. Dude, my homie Michael was on it. I don't know how that now I know it's fucked up. Oh, I can go bring Cooter back. Oh, I could get Cooter in here. No, dude, I swear I don't. Justice for Cooter. Fuck no, bitch. I don't hate you. I don't hate Cooter neither. Let's go get Cooter back. Hell yeah, we're gonna get our Cooter back today, y'all. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna load this shit again. No, that's just a little TikTok when it comes to the YouTube stuff. Dude, there's so many hateful hoes from the past we could bring back. Like when Flavor of Love brought what? Where did it go? When Flavor of Love brought back Tiffany Pollard. We could bring Smelly back. I'm not gonna say it. All right, let's see. I guess I'm just gonna have to find it. Because it erased. I was gonna play Mini Mall for you guys. And all this shit planned out. Okay, here we go. We gotta get right into it. Because if we don't, we'll miss the silence that is happening right now. Wow, I can't believe I turned off Marcus for that. Holy shit. It still don't work? Okay, I'm going to go try again. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go fix it. And I'm going to get justice for Cooter. Cooter will come back. I still think Cooter might be Dylan. Okay, well, look, this is next, so I can just go forward and you can watch Marcus until trial starts, and I'll watch it on my phone while I go into the settings and figure this out. Listen, Dad is juggling a lot, very tired, but very interested, but also maybe dehydrated. So I'm going to get a sip, go into the settings, fix that thing, get entangled in the curtains while I scream and fucking have a freak out like Angela Bassett in American Beauty. And then I'm going to do a series of incantations, which I learned about in a book. And then I'm going to write Cooter in my arms using a crab leg puller. And then I'm going to eat too many sweet tarts, come back, and trial should start. Okay? Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Nagel's on top. May the Nagel be with you and also with you. Here we go. Everyone be good. Everyone be good. If you aren't good, the Kukui will get you. And the Kukui is Marcus.
Wait, Marcus.
Misunderstood. Poor Cooter.
How did you get in here?
Hey man, all I can say is I roll in the
Hello.
Hey Marcus. I don't mean to be rude. You just kind of came out of nowhere. I was talking to my employees. You're doing rolls.
Sneaky.
No, that's very sneaky. Hey Marcus, so you keep talking about your friends like Jimbo James and all them. Am I going to meet any of them anytime soon?
Still lurking within the mountains.
The mountains?
Sort this place as a safe haven. I know he's going to return.
Who's returning?
Jimbo James.
Why don't you bring him by sometime and I could get to know him?
Big Blakey Badinky Boo Boo Boppity Bop Bones.
Is that his nickname? No. Okay.
Kitty.
Kitty? You guys look really similar. You might be related.
Not possible.
You'd never be related to that. Don't be rude, Marge. Why is that not possible? What are you doing to that barrel?
You're throwing it back.
I'm alone.
You're alone? Okay, but that doesn't mean you guys can't be related. I mean, I'm sure you
traveled alone.
Yeah.
It's a sad life, Robert Malecki.
I'm sorry to hear that, Marcus, but you got friends like me, right? But surely you have like a mom or a dad out there or something, right?
Hey, you know what we could do? And I have time to do this. I'm going to fade out on this episode and we're going to start a whole new one. What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? I think that that's what we need to do. Because I just realized that this is about to hit 4 hours. And I got to clear out some space in my StreamYard so that it can download the rest of it. It'll take me 1 minute. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Actually, 5 minutes. Go take a piss. Go take a shitty. Take a pissy shitty. Put some popcorn and some Pepsi. Okay? Go flick your bean. Do what you need to do. And get ready because we're about to see Action Jackson use his roping techniques to rein in this fucking jury. God bless him. God bless Texas. All right. All right. I love you guys. Fuck off. We'll be right back in 5 minutes. Bye.
A little kiss.
Oh, thanks.